following podcast is recorded and produced by the Podcast Precinct in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com. The Podcast Precinct. Consistency, creativity, culture.
Your discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Eat, Sleep. That's not right. Crafting and Drafting. We are back, down one member plus another. It all balances out when we need it to. It don't much matter. We figure out a way to pull it together for an episode for you. Happy New Year, boys.
Woo!
Yes, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's. So,
New Year's, same old me. Let's do this shit.
Alex Bam Morris,
What's going on, fellas?
Eric the Manyon,
What up?
and Musty Matt Johnson. Nathan tonight, a little under the weather.
Feel better, dude?
Apparently the guy sitting right next to me here also has been sick, so can't wait to get something from him. And
Just rub some dirt on it. You'll be fine.
I'm sure we've all been going through some sort of ailment over the last few winter weeks here. But anyways, hope you had a great Christmas. This is coming out 2 weeks after your New Year. So once again, Happy New Year. And we are happy to be back. And we have a very topical, fun conversation to have brought to us by Alex. And we'll get to that in a minute, but you also already know because you clicked on the episode. So let's get to the important shit. Let's talk about drinking. I will kick it off. I got a Christmas gift in the glass already that I didn't bring the bottle down. It's okay. This is a bourbon from Whistle Pig, and they partnered up with a really kind of fun partnership. Solo Stoves. You guys heard of Solo Stoves? Those like insane fireplaces you can put wherever you want, and they're like, I don't know, they kind of work on the old Native American like principle where you dig a hole in the ground, right, and it feeds it like airflow like flows through. I literally think it's like built on that like old Apache style of having like the incognito fires. But anyways, you all know Solo Stove probably, but they partnered up and they made a bourbon together. It's really fun. Mm-hmm. But in a little bit, just pick this up. I did bring down this bottle. I'm gonna
pick it up again.
I'm gonna open this up on the episode. Little double oak Sagamore rye. Very, very excited to get to. But
Yes, please.
let's kick it to Eric because he actually brought the beer, which is the crafting part of this.
Yeah, so I brought a beer from Boulevard Brewing. I've never had it before.
Where is it from?
It's from the most awful place in the world. It is from Kansas City. Okay, so we're gonna get past that because
Oh, you better spit take this thing.
yeah. So, and
Don't let that go down.
and because we know Finchy loves his bourbon,
Mhm.
I had to get a bourbon barrel aged quad. So we're going with their bourbon barrel aged quad, and it is 12.2%. So I'm very excited about this.
It's
Yeah.
not too bad.
Michigan bottle opener here.
No, I don't have my Chargers one up here.
See if we can pop it really good. Ready? Three.
Well, I don't have the filter off.
It's
so
okay. 3, 2, 1. Wow, that was a good pop.
It was a good pop. I'm really glad I don't have the old fluorescent bulbs in
See
the
how it pours?
overhead.
Let's see how it pours.
It'd be really ECW.
Oh, you're pouring so hard.
I don't want to
you
breathe
know
that
it,
shit in
girl.
here.
Ooh.
Yeah, you went nuts on your port. Should I have done that?
No.
It's an ale.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. We're gonna get a little bit of the fizziness
Look at the
out of there
head
so we can
difference
drink
on
it
this.
faster.
Hold on, hold yours up. Look at that.
Yeah.
And thanks to my new camera, I can actually see.
Like an inch and a half. It's like
Insane.
over 2 inch difference.
We can't drink yet. We gotta wait for
Oh.
Alex.
Okay.
And maybe
true.
Matt. You never know.
It's true.
Let's kick it over to Alex though.
All right. Despite what you see me wearing, I'm a fan of the player more so than the team. But I'm drinking something designed around. Whoa, what the hell just happened? Around. Hey, it sounded better. My favorite team, which is the Buffalo Bills. This is a Circles the Wagons Buffalo style IPA from Resurgence.
Ah,
Nice.
yes, very cool can.
It is a 6.5.
Very nice.
My nails got caught in the lid.
I was listening back to our
I
toy,
didn't have nails.
and you had 3 excellent cracks on that one. Thank you, Matt, by the way, for that excellent topic.
The which one?
The toys.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
That was so fun.
I had the best one with the Technodrome. There's
So
this controversy now with the new Technodrome that they released because it's actually smaller than the original and the figures don't fit. Why would you do that?
That's because China.
Anyway, back to this.
Nice,
I-
Alex. Love the choice.
I think to this day, I might hold the only crack trick.
You did that, yeah. I still don't know what it meant, but you did do it.
3 good cracks, 1 episode.
Oh,
Like a
that's
hat
what
trick.
you meant by like a hat trick. I'm slow
Mm,
and ill. If you can tell, apparently we're coming off quite yellow in this new camera. I might fix that mid episode. Matt, did you bring anything to drink?
I had a sweet diet Dr. Pepper that I had before. There's a little bit of a dribble left in case we do a joint shot together or something.
Okay.
It was good.
I still need to try Dr. Perky. Townsend, get on it.
Yeah, you gotta hit him up. That's the only way you're getting that. So let's do a quick cheers. And we'll look straight into the lens here so we can cheers it, Alex. Cheers, buddy.
cheers.
Slanja.
Cheers.
Cheers, bros.
It's good Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, that's a quad. That's gonna take a couple sips to like kind of get into.
Dipping
Very,
your toes in the water, so to speak.
very syrupy without being thick. You know what I mean? Got that-
Viscosity?
I was expecting it to taste like that.
Mm-hmm. Another sip.
I think like good 4 or 5 sips to marry it in your mouth and.
Ooh, that's fun.
I took a risk. There is another version of this, and it's like very weird sounding. I can't remember what it was, but I thought, we'll just go with the bourbon barrel aged one.
Bourbon barrel.
Bourbon barrel.
Bourbon barrel. Well, that's the first part of the episode where we give you what we're drinking. Hope you liked that portion. If you liked it more than the second part of the episode, the second part of the name, I would be very shocked, but at the same time, thanks. Let's get to the real reason we're here. Alex, why are we here? What are we doing?
We're trying something different in a way. We're going to rifle through all 32 NFL teams, and each round we try and pick like the top, player that you think of or had a great career there, or maybe you simply just love that player.
Hmm.
And we're going to draft all the way through.
I love it.
Yep.
Matt was so funny. I was looking away. I was looking at
I said rifle. I already know how it's gonna go. I already know.
because of
Laser.
the speed. Of,
Laser
Laser
rifle.
focus.
I haven't got to the Christmas episode editing yet. It will get out this weekend while we're still mostly in the Christmas season.
This weekend.
It will happen. I will not let it go out further than that. Trust me. I don't like how late I end up releasing some of these episodes, but God damn, life just doesn't slow down.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It doesn't help that we make the episodes longer and longer each time.
Yep. The amount of time I am just sitting waiting for something to be done rendering is insane.
Yeah.
Like,
I have no doubts.
I should be doing chores when I'm doing this, but normally I'm just sitting on my fat ass watching TV. But yeah, here we go. Let's share me screen. I'm the only one sharing today. First, we go to our lovely, awesome sponsor that is random.org. You love them, you trust them for all your randomized needs, and you know how it works.
Random.
We randomize once, and it's Alex. But then I randomize twice, and it's Matt. Oh,
I'm gonna end up snake.
third and final time.
Damn.
Alex, the picker of the topic, gets the first pick. Eric will have the second. I will have the third. And Matt, you do have the snake. But I will give Matt the opportunity here.
Ooh.
Do you want where I can keep this straight? I promise. Do you want to rotate first picks, or do you want snake every other round? Do you want to just do
Let's rotate. Let's rotate first picks. I like that idea, so everybody kind of gets a first crack at a team.
Cool.
So 4-1, 1-2.
Yeah.
There you are, Mr. Matthew.
So I'll get the 4th, 8th, 12th, so on and so forth.
All right. Then I got to go to the other screen to a non-sponsor of the show. That's okay. Not everyone has to be a sponsor. Do 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 do. Well, that's not it.
Under the sea.
Go back there. Yeah, sometimes a random Disney song pops in my head. It's okay. Go away. Thank you.
42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
We're going to wheelofnames.com, and you're going to see all sorts of fun ads here. Enjoy the fun ads.
Oh, the Los Angeles Charg.
Oh, we even have an ad. I'm glad it's not playing any sound right now. So here we go. Let's do this thing. We're gonna select.
Is there an eliminator mode too?
Yes.
It is. Okay.
Hopefully the glitchiness is not coming across. I'm worried about that.
A little slow, but
It kind of is. It's just slow.
And the first team is
Arguably one of the worst. The
The
Tennessee
Tennessee
Titans. This is not fantastic. We'll pull them out. We are drafting the Tennessee Titans and the Oilers. That's in the same, right? Is that the way we're going to
oh
do it?
yeah,
We're
no,
gonna handle
that's part of the history.
Yeah, umbrella. Yeah.
So Tennessee Titans and or Houston Oilers.
Mhm.
Or Tennessee Oilers for that one time in 1997.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't have a name ready to go, so they were the Tennessee Oilers in 97.
I really liked the Oilers logo. I was always a fan of it.
The
It's so
Derek?
cool.
Or no, that's not the Derek.
Mhm.
I forget what that one's called. So there's two probably obvious choices, but I'm gonna go a little bit off the beaten path. Probably one of the best fullbacks in the last 20 years or so, because it's kind of a dead position now. Lorenzo Neal.
Ah.
Dude paved the way for LT in San Diego. Dude was just a bull. Get out of the way.
Very good.
Yeah, very good.
Was he on your list?
Negative.
It's
I didn't
very-
think it would be on anyone's, honestly. But Tennessee's such a weird one.
Guys, in classic Eric fashion, he went super deep, and I can't wait to see some of the names he. This is
Did you go based on names? Like sounds of them?
No, I didn't go based off of names. I went off with technology on my side because I do love football, guys. It's my absolute favorite sport, but I really just kind of follow the Bills and I don't get really into it. I did used to when I was a kid collect cards and stuff, so I knew like more of the teams and more of the players back then, but I don't follow it as much as you guys, especially you all do fantasy football, right?
Yes.
I don't.
You don't. Okay. I have never.
It's too
and
much for my attention to handle.
Yeah. Pokemon pretty much takes that amount of time for me. So
That does kind of know.
yeah. So I don't do fantasy, and I feel like that's kind of a disadvantage for me because I don't know so many people, but I learned a ton today and I'm excited.
What did I just
I'm not sure.
do? What's it showing on the screen right now?
A small wheel.
How small?
It
It's
looks
pretty
like
tiny where you can't read the words on it.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
not-
it looks like you zoomed in all the tabs and everything, but
better.
it made that shrink.
Is that better?
Nope.
Not at all.
Whatever you had before, like kind of before, was good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Did you get rid of the Titans?
No,
Already?
no, but yeah, the Titans have been pulled.
Okay.
I'll do that right away every time.
Yeah, okay.
Eric's pick.
All right. So we're gonna go with my number one pick, and that is gonna be Eddie George. He was a
Oh,
running back.
Yep.
2003, four-time Pro Bowler and one of the most consistent running backs in the NFL history. He rushed for 10,441 yards. Holy shit. And 68 touchdowns in his career. How many does Josh have? 65?
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, he's getting close. That's kind of crazy. And he played a pivotal role in the Titans' 1999 Super Bowl run. So that is Eddie George.
Yeah. He's part of the Music City Miracle team. No, not sweet. We're on the losing end of that.
Well, it's okay. You win some, you lose some, and you
What-
don't cry.
What
over
college
Snowball.
did he go to?
Come on.
Matt?
That's the most
or
research I did.
I don't have a clue.
I don't like this team.
That's okay. You don't have to like it.
Ohio.
It's a clue.
It's Ohio State.
There you go. Well done, Alex. All right. Well,
I just put the math together. That's all.
if you're gonna go Eddie George, I got to go Warren Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I definitely have heard that name.
Yeah,
100%.
he's not on your list.
He is not.
What the? I mean, it's not a Canadian Football League list, I guess. Right?
Mhm.
Maybe that's why he's more famous. But yeah, dude, Warren Moon, part of the iconic early '90s Houston Oilers team that kept coming up short. But I mean, the dude could sling it, and he was really the first true star, black quarterback. I mean, you had Doug Williams, and he did win a Super Bowl, but league wide, I always felt like Doug didn't get the love he deserved. It wasn't until I think like the Warren Moon and a few other guys that we really started to see the love being spread around, for arguably some of the most gifted quarterbacks that we had in the early '90s. Between him and what's his name for the Eagles, Randall Cunningham.
Great choice.
Hey, you on the map.
All right, I'm between two running backs, but I think I'm gonna go with the one that's basically carried their team in more recent times. I'm gonna take Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Here. Basically, the offense ran through him. Ryan Tannehill benefited tremendously from having Derrick Henry. Looking at some of Tannehill's numbers, he looked like he was. I mean, there was some really good years with him under center, but Derrick Henry was the focal point of this offense. I remember when he first broke out in 2018, just busting off like a 99-yard touchdown run. He's just a freak. He's built different. So Derrick Henry is my choice.
Dude's a freight train.
Very cool. Two-time NFL rushing yards leader, 2019, 2020. He had 2,000 plus yards in 2020, and one of the most dominant runners in modern football today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they
Sounds like Eric took over Matt's stats portion of the episode.
I'm here for it.
did we ever do like a team draft, Matt, for 2 Point, where like we picked like like say we picked running backs and then we like took the all-time running backs from like teams and stuff like that.
I don't think we ever did anything specific like that. We did do like full. I'm trying to think. We try to get full teams going. We never did like a specific position.
Because that would be fun.
Oh heck yeah!
I don't know if it's something we definitely could do it on this show. I mean, hell, we're inventing stuff all the time, but
Yeah.
like it just jogged my memory just now, just like how, like I tried like thinking like how fun it would be to say draft. All right, running backs, and then randomize the draft order, and then like, all right, Matt gets the first pick. All right, Matt, who do you think all time has the best running backs ever? Like, what team has the most? Dude, the
Oh yeah.
way up there. Titans and Oilers are way up there.
Yeah. My other choice was Earl Campbell. You got CJ2K.
Okay.
There's a lot of good ones. A lot of very, very good running backs in Tennessee history. But yeah, it's a good idea. We could definitely explore sometime.
So we got a fullback, 2 running backs, and a quarterback for the Tennessee Titans / Houston Oilers to kick off the draft. Very, very fun. All right. Eric, this will be for you. Here we
Ooh.
go.
Bills,
Do you guys get the
Bills,
sound effect?
Bills.
No.
Bills.
No, you'd have to share the audio on that one menu.
The
Ooh,
Green
okay. That's a
Bay
good one.
Packers. Very iconic, historic franchise. No pressure.
Oh, you mean Georgia yellow green?
How did they get their name, Matt?
They packed fudge. No, it was the Acme packing company, and they basically back in the early 1900s, a lot of teams were they were sponsored by businesses. And for listeners and any of you guys who don't know, there was an NFL team here in Tonawanda called the Tonawanda Cardex, and that was a company around here, and that was an official NFL team. They only played like 2 games. They stunk, but that was in 1921. But yeah, that's how the Packers, Acme Packing Company, and they just became the Packers after that. So
That's super cool.
This is why Matt has to be on the
Oh
podcast.
yeah.
Dude, I learned so much every time Matt's on a pod.
Okay.
I love this
so
stuff. Live for it.
I did say when this idea came up on Thursday, I had to drop my son off at baseball practice, and I always go hang out with Guppy while he's at baseball because it's right by the airport. And I go, Guppy, you should be on this podcast. I should not be. My cousin is just he knows a lot about NFL and also college too. He knows a lot about college. And is heavy into fantasy. But all right, it is my pick, and we are gonna go with someone that I actually did know, and I did know that they played for him, and I had advanced notice, but I did also or advanced knowledge, excuse me. Is we're gonna go with probably the GOAT for the Green Bay Packers, and that's gonna be quarterback Brett Favre.
Mhm.
Favre is probably, arguably, the most iconic player for the Packers in its history. He led the team to Super Bowl victory in 1996, and he holds numerous franchise records, including passing yards and touchdowns. So Brett Favre is my pick. I'm sorry if you had them.
Mr.
I love the Favre pick. I love
Yeah.
the Favre pick. He was the first like mainstream non-Buffalo Bill player that I knew of.
Dude, slap ass extraordinaire.
He will, yeah, he's very iconic for his play on the field. I mean, a lot of times when people say, you know, this guy reminds me of Brett Favre, you go, ooh, because like it's almost like a backhanded compliment at times because like he was reckless, like he did
Mhm.
stuff on the field that you should not be doing. He pulled it off most of the time.
You know what Brett Favre was? Brett Favre was the Marlboro
He was.
Man.
Well, wasn't he a Wrangler model?
He was. Oh shit, he was.
Yeah.
And he copper fit elbow like crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Oh,
Damn.
dude, the money he probably got from that.
Yeah, he's got money, and then he tried stealing money from poor people.
You know
Well,
who
he
loved Brett
wanted more.
Favre? You guys know who loved Brett Favre?
Hmm.
John Madden. Boom!
Uh-huh.
Brett Favre could do anything. He could throw it down the field. He could throw it across. Boom! This Brett Favre that. Ah!
Here's a guy when he puts the sunglasses on, he can see better.
There's probably like a YouTube compilation of
Dude, Frank
Bad and slobbering
Caliendo.
over Brett Favre. Just he loved him.
Whoa! Fantastic stuff.
Wasn't he in the replacements? Like, you love to see a fat guy score because then you get a fat guy celebration.
R.I.P.
Yes.
Mhm.
I
Coach.
guess also R.I.P. to the guy that I'm going to take.
Uh-oh.
Let's go to the original gunslinger, and I'll take good old Bart Starr.
Hmm.
That was on my list.
You'll have to enlighten me, Brian.
Oh, so in the late 50s, early 60s, right, Matt?
Yeah, well, I think it was more so in the 60s, but
60s.
Correct.
The Packers in the NFL, which was, or it was the NFL without the AFL in it yet. Eventually they joined. In what 63? That sound right?
AFL and NFL combined officially in 1970.
Oh,
Fully. But they had the Super Bowl was basically like
oh,
all right, we're gonna slowly start coming together.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So the early mid 60s, Bart Starr was, one of the most beloved quarterbacks. Is him and Unitas. And then well, I mean, we'll get there. We're not on the Colts. It's hard not to talk about other guys when you talk about these eras.
That's true.
No. But yeah, Bart Starr was that dude, and the Packers were so how the Yankees have all them world championships and like the 20 throughout the early part of the decade when everything wasn't really they've had a lot of championships. That's what basically the Packers were the Yankees, and Starr was a big part of it, and the whole franchise was legendary. So I love that choice.
And Mr. Lombardi and all those guys.
Very cool. Oh, I'm good. I got my stuff.
All right, we got Matt up next.
All right, I'm going to take a controversial figure, but I do like him a lot more than other people do or seem to. I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers here. I think in the modern era, he's one of the better, more efficient passers. I know this year hasn't been all that great, but that's his Jets run and not his Packers run. In his entire Packers run, if I'm not mistaken, he threw less than 100 INTs, which is like insane. And he had a lengthy career there, which is a vast difference from whatever Brett Favre did. Very cerebral. I always just thought he was just such a smart quarterback, and it's easy to discredit him because he only has one Super Bowl ring, but he's deserved all the MVPs that he's gotten, in my opinion. He's really, really good, and if people can, I know his character is a little hard to get by, but if you can look past that, you realize that he actually is. He's that good. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
Did you watch the ayahuasca video?
No, I started watching the Enigma series, and I didn't get to finish it. But I heard it was interesting.
Little slightly goofy, but hey, if that's what he wanted to go do, that's what he wanted to go do. Yeah, I mean, he's getting up there, and I don't know. What is he? He's 40?
Yeah.
He's 40. He's my age. I'm just the type of person it's like, when is enough enough? It's just like, well, I'm not going to say his name because we're not going to be talking about other players. But yeah, I don't know. Like maybe let some other person start taking the reins. I get it. It's like probably their life, their persona, like everything they want to do. But it's like, damn, dude, like after that injury that he had, what did he do? He
busted his Achilles.
His Achilles, right? That should have been it. It really should have been it. And he should just be going and having fun, or maybe he could do an announcer thing, or who knows what he wants to do.
I don't want to. Oh God, I don't want to hear him.
Okay,
He is so monotone.
Yeah, he's like Ben Stein. But
no, for me, it's not even the monotone. It's just I know how full of himself he is, and I'm already Brady. So
yeah,
you can hear it in his voice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. Pick
discount double check.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Also, all these picks, I'll try and only care about on-field performances in case other worse people pop up. He was the most entertaining quarterback to play until Josh Allen took the field.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, Rodgers did stuff on the field that you went, that shouldn't work. You should not be able to throw like that. Like jumping in the air, 1 foot, twisting sideways because you're getting drilled and throwing the ball 6 yards down the field. A dime, a dot to like Jordy Nelson on the sideline where only he could catch it.
Yep.
And he would just do it all the time. It was insane. I was like, you shouldn't be able to do that, but he did. He's
He
a
had
go.
2 Hail Marys in the 2015 season. It was just, and I remember just watching both. I'm like, my God, this guy is so good.
Yep.
So good.
And
That's
then,
cool.
and then he decided he wanted to start talking. He was like, all right, go play football.
Yep.
We're not supposed to say that, Matt, right?
Yeah, shut up and dribble.
Shut up, Andrew.
Alex, you're going to close out the Packers.
I don't know if I should do this now, Brian. I think you might have an idea where I want to go with this. I don't know if I use it now or when the Raiders come along, because I think that's where the bulk of his work was, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
But I'm going to go with your beloved Charles Woodson.
Well, he only won a Super Bowl with one of them.
That is true.
I'm fine with it right here.
Cool.
I could talk about this dude forever. He's easily, in my opinion, a top 5 player of all time, of just
Mm.
dominance as a cornerback, as a safety in college. He's talking just entire football career. He's easily top 5 for me. And I'm biased because it's Michigan, but dude, that's how I was 13 watching him play college football. He was amazing.
Yeah.
Winning the Heisman Trophy. He was the last defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy. I don't know if we'll ever see that again.
Like yet? Like up to date?
He's the last one to do it. I think we've had other ones. But
Okay.
He's the last one to do it back in 97.
Wow.
Yeah. Insane.
Woodson.
Great pick. That's enough, right?
Yeah.
Brian got to talk about his guy. You can barely see my jersey of him. Oh, I'm going the wrong way.
You're right.
Was he always number 2?
Yeah.
Nice.
And now they use that as like an honor. If you get to wear number 2, you have to call Woodson and ask him if it's okay.
Oh,
It's not retired. They don't retire jerseys.
That is awesome.
You get the blessing.
that's mad respect.
Mhm.
Can you imagine if he's just like, nah, and just
Nah.
hangs up on you?
Yeah.
I've seen you play. Click.
This year it was our cornerback. When he got the blessing. He wore it the last 3 years. And then before that was Blake Corum. Not last 3, last 2. Because Blake Corum's a rookie.
Hmm.
So yeah. We need to randomize again. Here we go. Back to the wheel. Whee! Make my own sound effects.
Oh, it could be the Bills. No, it's not gonna be the Bills. It's gonna be
The
Oh,
ball.
this one's going to be fun.
Yeah, this is a tight history here.
I like this one.
Baltimore Ravens.
boom.
Let's hope,
Joined the league
hope it
in
lasts to my pick. But
97.
No, 95 or 96. I think 95.
95, and then played their inaugural year. What it might have been 96 then. Like
Let's see.
96.
Because I think 94. Okay, it was 96. So yeah, Cleveland. I think the last year in Cleveland was 95.
Yeah.
And the first game was September 1st, 1996. So
Good year.
Man, I get to pick
mm-hmm.
my pick to start. Then Matt. Then Alex. Then Eric. Okay, where to go?
I think there's only one way to go.
No, there isn't. There's several. I have a clear favorite, and I am playing favorites here. He may not be the GOAT, but he's GOAT enough for me. I gotta go with Ed Reed.
Ooh.
You like your defensive backs, that's for sure.
I do.
Great pick.
But dude, you listen to one of my favorite things to do is listen to the greats talk about other greats. And when there was that clip of Belichick and Tom Brady sitting in Belichick's office, and they're
Yep.
going over tape, and they're just talking about like they're playing the Ravens that week, and we're like, God damn, like I hate playing against this guy. He's just too good. And Belichick loved him. They still have a great relationship. Then there's that great clip of Peyton
Mm-hmm.
places talking to Ed Reed about that pick he gets on him, where Ed fakes out Peyton Manning by purposely selling the play. He ran to the wrong spot. Ed Reed purposely starts drifting to the wrong spot for the coverage the team was playing. Right. So say it's cover 3. And he's supposed to have 1/3 of the top. He starts drifting to the middle of the field purposely so that Peyton will try and hit the sideline. The second that Peyton Manning's arm starts going back, he turns and books it to the sideline, and he picks off the pass over top of Reggie Wayne.
Yeah, he knew the play. He
Yeah.
read the play perfectly.
100%.
I know what they're doing.
He's smart.
Shit. And the best Reggie Wayne on that.
He's physical. There's him and one other guy from this era that are just like goats at safety. And
Mhm.
easy pick for me, Ed Reed.
Factoid.
Originally, I wrote Eric Reed because I accidentally I was looking at Eric's name on the list, and I was like, "Who is Eric Reed?"
That's me. 9-time Pro Bowler and the NFL Defensive Player in the year 2004.
Hard to be a defensive player of the year as a safety, but that's
Very hard.
But and he's
Very
like he's like if you go and look, he's a top whatever sacks, top whatever interceptions, all that stuff.
Mhm.
Matt, do you have a clear favorite here?
I do. For me, the Ravens' strength has always been defense. So I'm gonna go his tag team partner. I'm gonna go Ray Lewis here.
Oh.
Lewis was such a physical freak, and he was there his entire career, won 2 Super Bowls with them. My God, it's interesting. I was just watching there's a Madden, like the video game Madden documentary on Amazon Prime. And he's basically Ray Lewis was the reason for the hit stick and truck stick options to be a thing.
That's awesome.
They brought that to balance out because the game was so broken because the previous year with Mike Vick that they wanted to balance it out on defense, and Ray Lewis was kind of the face of balancing it out, and the whole idea and concept of it was because of Ray Lewis. So, yeah, dude's good, really, really good, fun to watch, and yeah, I love to hear him talk. Love to hear him tell stories about those days. So, yeah, Ray Lewis.
And the dance, right?
Oh yeah,
Dude, iconic.
Very,
That was
very
what-
few players can you think of like an entrance in
Mhm.
stadium and be like, he's known just as much for that as he is for his play on the field.
Loyal player, all 17 years only with the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
And 2 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah. Thanks to the antler spray.
Dude, come on. How much could antler spray really do?
I don't know. It was the best
Nah.
story. That was the best pre-Super Bowl
Yeah.
story I ever remember. Like in between the Pro Bowl and the Super Bowl, we're hearing about Ray Lewis using antler spray.
Yeah. I mean, come on, guys. Spray ain't gonna do nothing, dude.
Oh, better than spraying urine, I suppose.
Nah, nah.
Better than spraying bullets, which he didn't do as well.
You were just looking for
He was just there, everybody. He didn't do nothing. Never changed his story. Day 1, what'd you do, Ray? Nothing. I was just there. Day 90, what'd you do, Ray? I was just there. I'm gonna try that if I ever go in front of a judge. Alex, you
Let's hope you never get to that point. All right. Matt, I applaud that pick. That was actually going to be my choice.
I figured. I
Um,
figured that was right up your alley.
I'm a linebacker fan. Defense in general, in hockey, I'm a goaltender, and what do? They defend. I don't know, something about stopping somebody is fun. So shifting gears, we'll pick another guy that likes to stop people. Suggs.
He sizzle.
Yeah. That's a great choice.
This is all one team.
Yeah.
I know.
You guys have picked all three out of the four of mine. I have one left, and it's the person that I know the least. But that's okay. That's okay.
Oh, is it Justin Tucker? I really hope it is.
Trent Dilfer.
Ooh, Eric Metcalf.
Ooh.
Well, Suggs, 7-time Pro Bowler, and in 2003 Defensive Rookie of the Year. So that's pretty. I mean,
That's scary. That's a scary defense.
Mm-hmm.
What school did he go to? Balsall Hard University.
what is it?
Yo, you guys know the bad lip reading videos?
They did Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
How he would introduce himself. Terrell Suggs, Balsall Hard University.
Dude, in the bad lip reading videos, for his thing, he's pointing to his wrist. He goes, wrist nub, wrist nub.
I miss those.
He sizzle,
too.
baby. An absolute menace off the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Come
Great
on,
pick.
Eric, go with Haloti Nada.
All right.
Should have been a Bill.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna go with a dominant force on the offensive line. He was the first player ever to be drafted by the Ravens, 4th overall in 1996. The 11th time Pro Bowler, member of the NFL's all-decade team of the 2000s. We were talking about Jonathan Ogden.
Ooh, very good. Very, very good.
It says, with the stuff that I was looking up, he completely shaped the Ravens offensive line for years and years. So that's very cool, to have that much of an impact on a team. My personal Lord and Savior, you know who that is, but we won't say names. Saint Josh. I didn't say his name.
I couldn't think fast enough. I was kind of trying to come up with something snarky.
It's like Allentown out in Buffalo, you know?
Dude, I go first Friday every year.
When you said offensive lineman, how many of you were thinking that maybe it was, or I heard line, I was like, oh, Saragusa?
Yeah, I did too, but I did think Goose.
But that he's defensive line.
Yeah.
Wasn't Horror on that team?
Yeah, blindside.
Yeah.
All right, Matt's pick. Here we go. Let's find out who Matt will be taking first.
Ooh.
He will be drafting from the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he is super happy.
This one will be interesting, I think. Mostly retro.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it's definitely got to be from that 70, like those
Steel curtain.
days.
I didn't
I'm gonna go Franco Harris. I think he might be the most iconic Steeler of all time. He's immortalized in the oh god, what's that moment? The one against the Raiders where he picked it up off the ground. Immaculate Reception. I can't believe I forgot about the name.
That's how much you hate it.
I just like the Steelers have been so like there's a lot to choose from. It's hard. It's a tricky pick, but like those 70s teams were just elite. Their battles against the Cowboys, even today, it doesn't matter who's on their roster. Steelers versus Cowboys is still must see TV. Yeah, man, it's they got a statue of the Immaculate Reception. Franco is a big part of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Oh, he was. He was on the board or something like that. He used to just pop up randomly, I guess. I was actually kind of hoping we'd see him when UI, Boyd, and Jack went. But But yeah, Franco Harris is my number one for Pittsburgh. A lot of good choices here. Really
Yeah,
can't go
but-
wrong.
Yeah, I think you nailed it because he's got the play, he's got the statue, he's got the name. He's pretty goat.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't get much bigger. It doesn't get much bigger than him. When you just think of physical runners, you think him right out of the gate.
Nice. Alex.
Well, you brought up Hall of Fame, so why not pick another member? We rode these to and from school before we could drive. He's known as the bus, Jerome Bettis.
I love that.
Stay off the tracks.
Heads tails.
Hmm?
Heads tails. He's part of that Thanksgiving mix up where they flipped a coin toss and he said like heads tails. Well, it was in the air and the ref's like tails and he goes, I said heads.
I do remember.
That's funny.
That was a great Super Bowl.
Mhm.
One in Detroit. And he's from Detroit. And I think he was a little banged up going into that game too. He was on 100%, but he gutted it out.
Was that the Steelers Seahawks one?
I think so, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I want to shout out my boy Lee with that pick. He's a big Steelers fan.
Shout out Boyd.
Yep.
He don't listen.
You never know. You
Uh,
never know.
I don't know. And if he does, miss you, buddy. Eric.
Shout out to Noodle because he is also a super huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and Penguins and everything Pittsburgh because that's where he's from.
Makes sense.
I'm kind of torn with this one because I don't know if I want to pick the one over the other, just because I've always had kind of an affinity for quarterbacks, but I think I'm going to bypass the quarterback for one. And
Ooh, that means he's not getting drafted.
yep,
I think I know exactly who you're talking about.
probably one of the most dominant defensive players, a cornerstone of the Steel Curtain defense.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Mean Joe Green, and if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't have had all 4 Super Bowl victories in the 1970s. I wasn't around to see those, but I'm sure they were freaking awesome.
I thought you were gonna say if it wasn't for him, Coca-Cola would have been in the tank.
I thought he was gonna go that route too.
That too.
Mhm.
And yeah, he was a
Thanks, Mean Joe.
and he's a Hall of Famer.
He is a
So
Hall of Famer.
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong there. So glad I get to decide. Shout out Andrew Lenz. Here we go, buddy. Terry Bradshaw's the most overrated quarterback in the history of quarterbacks. And I'm so proud to pass on him right now and not made him part of the. Basically, we're doing a Mount Rushmore for teams here. And
Yeah.
Bradshaw will not be on the Mount Rushmore, and it's all because of me.
I
Why
think
did we not
Terry
think
would
of
even
the
say
Mount
he's not
Rushmore
on.
thing sooner?
I think he would even admit that he's not on the Mount Rushmore of Steelers.
Right.
This guy is, and unfortunately, I think his hair would take up most of the space. Troy Polamalu.
Oh, very good.
Mhm.
He does the shampoo.
If I didn't go Bettis, that's where I was going.
When I said Ed Reed and one other guy in this era that were just like iconic, it's him and it's Troy, man. His instincts were insane. I think Ed had better natural ability. Troy did it with attitude and he did it with hard work, and it showed up in the biggest moments.
Absolutely. Do you ever see the McAfee talking about him,
Mhm.
Polamalu, lining up in the C gap or something like that?
Supposed
You
to
ever-
be there.
So good. He said he ruined his career or something like that. It's just goofy McAfee stuff. But
Yeah, Palo. He's purposely screwing up his name.
What was it?
Yes.
Was it Selsun Blue or Head and Shoulders?
Head and
I think
Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders.
Yeah.
Not in sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
I haven't had any dandruff since I switched to Head and Shoulders.
All right, Alex.
Again, not in
Or-
sponsor.
Next, here we go.
Spin that shit.
We've got the Chicago.
Bears.
Ooh.
I think there's only one way to go here.
Number 1 overall? Yeah, I agree.
Again, I love defense. I love linebackers. Get that fucking QB on the ground. Brian Urlacher.
Oh. I did not expect that. But that's a very
where
good one.
that's
I forget, you're a
defensively.
defensive guy. Yeah, that's the way to go.
I left that one to the other two pros, I guess, on the pod.
Who are the pros?
You
I
two,
mean, you said 2 though.
Matt and Brian.
Yeah.
In tiers, it would go Matt, Brian, me, Eric.
Wow. Humble.
Well, knowing who knows what.
Joking. What school did Brian Urlacher play for? It's really
I
me.
don't know. What do I?
Phone.
What?
Who did Brian Urlacher play for? Urlacher. Urlach.
Why do I want to say like Nebraska? And that can't be right. I kind of picture him in red and white.
I don't know. Utah? No. I don't know.
Cornhusker, maybe.
Oh, you think Nebraska? Maybe.
He's the Bears.
No. College.
Oh.
That's right.
Mhm.
We didn't tell you that part.
The University of New Mexico.
Holy shit. That's the most random school I could have thought of.
Bueno.
What colors do they wear?
Red and white.
Yeah, dude, like the Bears. It's you went from one to the other. Oh wait, no.
The Wolf Pack, yeah. They're black, red, and white.
Okay.
See, I knew a picture of red and white.
Good job.
But an out of pocket school. What the fuck?
High school led to football scholarship at University of New Mexico.
Eric, you're up here and you can't necessarily get this right 100%, but you can
What?
definitely get it wrong.
There's a definite number one.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I did not pick him.
I am picking this solely because I love his name because I'm immature 12-year-old. I'm gonna go with Dick Butkus. Dick. One of the most dominant linebackers in NFL history, Butkus was known for his fierce play and leadership. 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Butkus was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1979. I love that song, 1979 by the Smashing Pumpkins. There's another reason.
I'm glad that influenced you.
Mhm. That's how my brain works.
Fucking what?
Man, I feel like I was just given a late Christmas gift here. This is
You were.
I thought you were big on nicknames.
Well, so that was the thing that I was super happy with is that a lot of these players have fucking funny names.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
Dick is funny to start, but it's not a nickname. This guy's nickname's not funny. It's just
I thought it was.
Sweetness.
Why did I think it was Dick?
Sweetness?
Yeah.
Sweetness.
Your face.
I think the quad is working.
Is he on there?
What?
Sweetness.
No. I do not have him.
Wow. You did not do good research on this one.
Bears, greatest of all time. Are we sure here?
What
His
was his...
initials are WP.
Oh, Walter Payton?
There we go.
Oh,
Mhm.
to the top of the list.
For a second, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Chat GPT totally left
Yeah.
off Walter Payton.
The greatest running backs of all time.
Yeah. and gone way too soon.
All-time leader of rushing
Mhm.
and touchdowns. He was a 9-time Pro Bowler and a Hall of Famer. So yeah, he's GOAT status.
Rest in power.
Yeah.
So this weekend, Saquon Barkley for the Philadelphia Eagles will not be playing and will not be going for the all-time rushing yardage record, which would have been cool. He would have beat out a guy that you haven't got to yet. But Walter Payton has the best or the second best yards per rush attempt. It's him and OJ. And they're pretty close. So, Walter Payton.
All right, who would win in a fight, Dicka or Hurricane Dicka?
Dead guy. Lemmy would win.
Who'd win the fight?
Lemmy
or
is God.
Trick question, asshole. What's wrong? You out of something?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, who's the last bear on the rush mall?
There's actually a lot of really good choices that I can make. I'm gonna stick on offense, and I'm actually gonna go with Walter Payton's predecessor, the Kansas Comet, Mr. Gale Sayers. That was 60s, early 70s. His career ended injuries, amongst other things, really early. His last year was actually 1971, but he was so just banged up after that. But he was a game changer when he was in. Definitely, like Peyton, kind of the focal point of the offense. All 60s team, 4-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All Pro, Hall of Famer. A lot of accolades in his run in a touchdown machine. So, yeah, Gale Sayers will be my Chicago Bears pick.
How do you spell
Could
that?
you
spell what?
imagine if dudes back then had the ability to heal up like players do today? What their
I know.
stat lines could be?
It'd be wild. Very different game. Brian, what were you asking?
His last name? Oh, okay.
Sayers.
Oh shit, I spelled it right.
What was his
How do you
name?
spell Gale?
The
Gale?
Kansas Comet. That's where he went to college.
Man, I tell you this right now. The helmets that they they're so freaking cool. Like the uniforms too, man.
Hmm.
Oh, I wish they would just bring back like old school uniforms like
The
this.
Bears rock that still. That's the same. The Bears haven't changed.
But the different shapes and it looks different back then. Obviously, the helmets look extremely different. That's for
that one's
safety.
in black and white.
Yeah,
All right, Matt.
he looks like a total badass.
I think no. I'm sorry, Eric. Your pick. Here we go.
Here we go. It's gonna be the
The
Rams.
Los Angeles /
St. Louis.
Rams.
/ Cleveland Rams.
You know what? If you're gonna be a one-upper this whole episode,
I'm just contributing.
Right. I'm so happy I get the first pick.
why are you laughing already? What could be funny about
Because
this
we're
pick?
keeping the trend going about the dick. We're gonna go with Mr. Eric Dickerson, considered one of the best running backs in NFL history. Dickerson played for the Rams from 83 to 87. So he was playing when I got born. That was pretty cool. I like that. He set numerous records, including a single season rushing record with 2,105 in 1984. And that was the year I was born. So that makes him special.
And Saquon Barkley is 101 yards away from breaking that, but he won't try.
Because of Eric.
It doesn't matter.
No, I think he partially wants to, but the team doesn't want him to. And honestly, like
Why is that?
17 games versus what Dickerson did it in 16.
That's right. And then
You know.
OJ got to 2000 whatever in 14 games.
Yeah, him and Jim Brown, I think. So, yeah, it's honestly for the team's need, it's better that Saquon.
And he's already kind of had this mantra, anyways. Because like earlier in the year, he was 13 yards away from breaking his own single
game
record.
Yeah. He's selfless.
God, obviously, and he said, "No, just let the young guys eat." He's like, "I'm good. I rest my body. I'm smart. I got away from the Giants. I'm not going to start doing dumb shit now." If I wanted to do dumb shit, I would have stayed there. Oh man, that's fun, dude. You got it right, like 100%. He's the GOAT. Well done.
For them.
Well, I want to say we haven't taken any of this position. He's one of my goats. I don't know if anyone else considers him like, but he's part of that St. Louis Rams greatest show on turf. And honestly, I don't think you get there without him being on the team. Obviously he needs someone to throw him the ball, but he caught it a whole bunch. Isaac Bruce. I
Yeah.
love this, man. I love
What a great receiver core. What a great receiver core.
It was insane. It was stupid. Yeah. And I also like that I kind of left the next guy to Matt if he chooses to take him.
Ooh, and he's number 80.
Oh, I should have taken somebody else. Oh, hopefully Alex doesn't whiff on this.
I'm actually going to take. So this guy's actually in my top 10 favorite players of all time. I'm going to take Marshall Falk.
Okay, good. All right. That's who I was thinking of that you would take.
Okay.
right.
Damn it.
Big pressure on Alex here. He can't let us down.
Yeah, because somehow when I wrote down my alphabetical shit for picking players, somehow skipped them.
Marshall Falk.
No, the Rams.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh
Well,
no.
you get a chance to double back, dude. Yeah, Marshall Falk.
That's the obvious
My
choice.
favorite thing about him is that when they asked him about like his receiving and stuff like that, he's one of the few dudes that actually brought up Thurman Thomas and how he looked up to Thurman and like what he was able to do and be a weapon. I'm like, it talking about receivers, in running the ball, Marshall Falk's probably number one, and then Thurman's probably number two.
Yeah, I like Marshall had a good probably one of the first pass catching backs I remember too. Plus he was at my favorite Madden was 03 and he was on the cover of it. So
Yeah.
first Madden I ever bought. So
Nice. Yeah, I love when you have those kind of tie-ins.
yeah. Plus he was a Colt. He was a Colt for a little while.
Yep, and he could lay the lumber too. He's big, ginormous legs.
Yeah.
All right, Alex.
I'm sorry, I blacked out. Matt, what did you pick?
Marshall Falk.
That's right. I saw it, I agreed with it, and then I blinked. All right. I'm gonna stick with the defensive side of the ball yet again.
Defense.
Aaron Donald.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for bailing us out.
Yep.
A beast of a dude.
Insane.
In an era where defense is pretty not great,
Existent.
he's old school, man. He just feels like he belongs in the 80s or 90s. Like his style of play, his ferocity. He's so damn good.
So I want to let you all know that while everyone's like picking names that are obviously not ones that I picked, I've been looking up the names, and when I have my phone in my hand, all I ever have to do is you said Aaron, and then last name is Donald, right?
Yep.
All I typed was AA, and it immediately filled in Aaron Donald.
Nice.
Yeah, they're
Well,
listening.
What the phone is 100% listening. AA and an Aaron, it would be maybe
Aaron Rodgers
or Aaron, some other famous actor or something like that. But
It must have heard Rams somewhere.
No, two-time defensive player of the year,
Yeah.
Aaron Donald.
And he's number 99.
3-time?
And I've always loved the players that wear 99 because it's like
Except in hockey, there's only one that can.
Type in Aaron Donald six-pack or something like that. I want him to see what Aaron Donald actually looked like. Not with the uniform on. Because a man that plays defensive tackle typically, dude,
yeah, he's
got 12 abs.
He looks like a Greek god. He does.
Freak. An absolute freak, dude. You should not. No.
You would not want to meet with him in a dark alley.
He's
when
a
he was
very nice
pissed off.
gentleman. He's a very nice guy. Actually, no, he was pretty mean on the field. Remember he was swinging helmets at people?
I was gonna say my favorite Aaron Donald video is with him choking some dude at practice, and he had the choose love or stop hate thing out of the back of his helmet, and he's just
Maybe
amazing.
Isn't it ironic?
Ugh. Oh, good. The Atlanta Falcons. That was going to be the Cardinals, and I really am not looking forward to that one.
I hope you don't pick my favorite.
No, I'm taking my favorite, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, but there's everybody's in front of me, so it's like, am I going to be promised my favorite? Probably not.
Yep.
And it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. This one is actually important to me.
Is his name Primetime?
Stop mind melding with me.
Dion, baby.
Neon.
Already established I'm a big secondary guy, and Dion Primetime Sanders was so fun to watch. An elite personality, an elite player on the field, a first ballot Hall of Famer, multiple All Pros, blah 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 blah. Yeah, enough said.
He was so fast.
Insanely fast.
I watched the Bills back then, and I watched one other player, and it was Neon Dion. We would watch and we'd be like, how the fuck is he doing this? he was like a superhuman.
You want to hear the fun stats about Deion Sanders that I know off the top of my head?
Yes.
He's the only person to ever hit a home run and score a touchdown in the same week.
Yo, I have Neon Dion Sanders baseball cards. I have them, and I have football cards of him. I kept them. I only kept some.
He's the only person in history to ever have a Super Bowl championship and a World Series ring.
Yeah, that's sick.
Hmm.
That's
He
crazy.
still holds high school records in the state of Florida
I believe it
for
100%.
track and field.
He's different.
He
He broke the mold.
he batted like a 307 in the World Series.
Yeah. From what I understand,
Which,
Josh Allen
which
is
is
good at golf. So I mean,
unreal.
he's an athlete.
Yeah.
He's just a born athlete.
Me and Andrew Lenz once again to give a shout out. We're talking football. I'm going to think about Andrew a lot. We had many discussions where he went Bo and I said Dion over and over again. I don't need to get into that now, but if he's listening, Andrew, Dion for life. Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the best one.
I think my favorite Atlanta Falcon of all time is I'm gonna go Matt Ryan. I'm gonna go Matty Ice.
I'm going to ask, is it your
My
namesake?
number 2 pick.
Partially. I feel like Matt Ryan gets such a bad rap because of 28-3. I hate that his career is connected to the biggest comeback in playoff history and the biggest comeback in regular season history. Matt Ryan doesn't play defense. He doesn't call plays. I feel like his team really let him down in that Super Bowl. I felt so bad, so bad watching that go down because he had an awesome year, like a really, really good MVP year, and he just could not get the job done. But he came in a tough time for Atlanta after everything happened with another individual, held it down. He was like the quickest to 40 or 50,000 passing yards. He's like one of the fastest to ever do it. God, he held down the fort so much, and it's a shame that he didn't get the help that he needed to go a little bit further. But yeah, Matty Ice.
Great choice. And I think history has proven that he is not the reason they lost that Super Bowl.
There are people who still blame him. There are legitimately still people that blame, and it drives me nuts.
There is a coach who is still coaching the league.
It's still doing the same thing. It's still doing the same thing at another team.
Is he pretty derpy?
And it's he's part of like royalty. He's part of NFL royalty, and they're actually kind of known for that.
Yeah,
Being able to get it done for the
sure is.
His name is Shanahan.
Oh, they must be into incest or something.
No, his dad was a coach, a pretty decent coach.
so he's not living up to daddy standards.
No. Well,
No.
early dad standards.
Okay.
Yes.
His dad also
Daddy.
struggled for a while. All right, on to Alex.
And remind me,
No.
words.
What are they?
Damn.
They're
what-
They
needed-
are. Remind me of who you picked.
I took Dion.
That's fair. I don't know how I forgot Prime. I don't know.
Shit happens.
He was electric, bro.
All right, so this might be my first offensive pick since the first round. Everything he dealt with off the field, I'm leaving alone.
Oh.
This dude hit the cover, the commercials, Madden. Dude was insane with the ball and his feet. Mike Vick.
Mm-hmm.
At least he never stepped on an opponent, like stomped on him, like his brother Marcus.
Sometimes you gotta stomp.
Craziest thing I've ever seen on a football field, dude. That
Mm.
was insane.
Maybe he had like a cold chill just all of a sudden. You ever have a cold chill and stomp on
So
somebody? It happens.
remember how we were talking about Terrell Suggs coming out of the tunnel and he's like dancing, he does that like big jump stomp. That's what Marcus Vick did to an opponent's chest
Oh,
Damn.
down.
The
Anyways,
the signs were there.
it's
always,
like it's
both
like
of them.
You got pads on, didn't even hurt.
Yeah, dude, can't go wrong. Oh, people will say that you have to take in off the field stuff, but I mean,
You can separate it.
what's the
Yes.
fun in that?
You can separate it because with the separation, it's just stats.
I mean, I still watch Bill Cosby specials.
I still watch Chris Benoit matches.
Perfect.
You know?
Proof is in the pudding.
Well, that's just on brand for you, Matt. That's all.
What's that supposed to mean? The fuck's that supposed to mean?
For the meme that took down the 2-point conversation page.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's. I forgot about that.
Hey,
I there was a memory I buried deep inside. You just unlocked it.
went down in a
The
blaze of
2-point
glory.
conversation is good.
Blaze of glory. Help what our heroes do. You know what I
I
mean?
miss that shit.
Yeah.
All right, Eric. Got a
All right.
falcon? Did we take all your falcons?
Nah, you didn't take
Ah!
So we're gonna go with something that every straight man hopes that he always has, and that's a tight end. And we're gonna go with one of the best ones in NFL history. He played for the Falcons from 2009 to 2013, brought a new dimension to the team's offense, and that was gonna be Tony Gonzalez.
Not the team I think you should have gone for, but good pick.
It's interesting. I haven't thought about that in a while, Alex. Is he more a Chief or a Falcon? And I will say, he probably didn't become the name until he was a Falcon. Because I remember it being a big deal when he went to the Falcons.
Mm.
Whereas I think if he stayed with the Chiefs, he just kind of would have faded into like oblivion.
Maybe. Maybe I'm just mixing up with like the image that first comes to mind.
I mean, you're not wrong for your opinion. I mean, it's just I have a
Yeah.
different one. I think that he needed to be a Falcon, and now I remember him as a Falcon.
Mhm.
What say you, Matt?
I mean, hey, whatever you like, whatever you like.
I think
I
I
mean,
miss-
obviously, I think it's a fair perspective. It's like
Yeah.
it's like Vinatieri, where he won a lot with the Patriots, but he had a longer career with the Colts
Mhm.
and did like nothing with them. Not his fault, but it's kind of like that thing that deal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Mhm. I think Fitzpatrick was a big snub.
Shitty Fitty.
He has plenty of teams to be drafted by still. Ooh, the Cincinnati Bengals.
They killed our player.
Oh, I know mine. I hope I can get him.
We're like on the anniversary almost. That was like
That's what I'm saying, dude.
He's
got a special spot aside from the Bengals thing.
Okay. Has everyone heard that this is his last year?
What are you talking about?
Hamlin?
Huh?
Is it going to be his last year this year?
No, I think he's signed through next year.
Okay. All right.
He's decent. That's the best you can say about his on.
And honestly, the fact that they're about to make the playoffs after the way they started, you got to keep him.
Okay.
He just needs some help. Is this my choice?
It is, dude. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take Joe Burrow because I think that dude is awesome. I'm gonna take him. There is a long list of very, very good Cincinnati Bengal players that I could have chose, but Joe Burrow is special. I even think that while I acknowledge that Josh Allen should be the front runner for MVP right now, I think there's definitely an argument that if Burrow gets the Bengals into the playoffs, that I think there's definitely basically they both mean the same to their teams. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Burrow has a little bit more wide receiver help, but Burrow is so good. He came out of LSU, that his rookie year was so much riding, and I feel like he's delivered. I loved that the Bengals and Rams played in the Super Bowl because there was like no teams that I hated in it, right? It wasn't a Kansas City. It wasn't Philly. It wasn't like I'm sick of San Francisco. It was nice to have that random team in the mix, and what a fun year. So Joey B, dude's awesome.
Dude, that's a big reason why I turn away from most Super Bowls. Either my team's not in it, or we got one team that's always there against someone new.
I did my diaper party last year, and I was really not expecting Kansas City and San Francisco, and I legit thought about canceling it when it was like 2 weeks before. I was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore.
Overall,
yeah, it was a good game, but yeah.
I love that pick. You know me, dude. That was the deepest, most in-depth scouting and watching college football I'd ever done. And I watch a lot of LSU because they were awesome. There were a lot of really good players. And I'll never forget that picture of him smoking the cigar after the national championship.
He's so
Dude,
cool.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, speaking of pick, that's put it in the Louvre. Like,
it's iconic.
Him and Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen also was amazing in that game. He was everywhere. I was like, is there two guys named Queen? Because he's literally on every play. Alex.
I'm happy it got to this point. If there were more in front of me for this round, it probably would have been taken already. Not only did he help us break the biggest drought in NFL history, he was also a TCU Horned Frog, which is my college team.
Yes, he was.
We're going with the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton.
I'm so glad you didn't mess it up and say the Red Rocket, because I don't know why people love to call him that. I get you can easily confuse, but thank you for saying it the way it's supposed to be.
That's dog penis, isn't it?
Yeah. I have a special affinity for Andy Dalton. He was my first fantasy football quarterback, and he was my first non-Colts jersey that I personally bought because he did so good for me. So love Andy Dalton.
I hope somebody out of the two of you remaining in this round picks his counterpart in the completion of us getting to the postseason. If not, I'm going to say his name after.
So now probably not getting picked.
It deserves to be heard.
Your pick, yeah.
All right. So I think this is probably someone that nobody really would have picked, but when I read his profile, I was immediately enamored. So we're gonna go with someone that was known for his flamboyant personality. His
Dennis Rodman.
yeah, it was. His dynamic play on the field. Johnson was a 6-time Pro Bowler receiver for the Bengals and his team's all-time leader in receiving yards and touchdown. And we're gonna go with Mr. Chad Johnson. He's a wide receiver.
Chad, who?
Ocho Cinco.
Johnson.
He legally changed his name a long time ago, my friend. You call him Chad Ocho Cinco.
Oh,
He's a current Madden
didn't
rating
even know.
evaluator.
I didn't even know. I read the profiles. It's like this is great.
Chat GPT, fix your shit. That's his name is Chad Ocho Cinco.
Oh, hey.
What were you saying
Matt,
about?
how does that make you feel? He changed his last name from the name he had.
Great
My-
branding.
that-
Great branding.
Well, what's hilarious about it is that he didn't even name himself after his number. He named himself Chad 85. Instead of
In
Jake
Spanish.
85, but there is a word in Spanish for 85.
It's a very Chad thing to do. I
Is
think.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a Chad thing.
It's incredibly fun to watch, man. I will say, it is not looking too good for the Cincinnati Bengals in this when we've got one dude that's still playing, another dude that also is still playing, I think,
Yeah.
and then
Sorta.
another dude who retired maybe like 4 years ago.
Mm.
There's no, they just weren't good for a long
Yeah.
time.
There is, like, if you really think hard, there is a lot, but there's been a lot more bad than good.
I mean, if just to continue the randomness, because he's probably not going to end up on another team, I'll go with Takeo Spikes.
Oh.
Hmm. TKO.
I don't know how other people would feel. Like the listeners, they're probably super pissed off of this list. Actually, of Cincinnati
This
Bengals.
Bengals one, yeah.
Yeah, like
I got a Takeo Spike shirt from Taco Bell when he was with Buffalo.
Nice. Oh, speaking of shirts, they arrived today. We'll have to find out how to distribute them later.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to meet up.
You got a shirt from Taco Bell and the shits. Dude, what a great adventure.
I was like in high school or middle school, and they're like, "Yeah, we got Takeo Spike shirts and Taco Bell." So I bought like a beefy 5-layer burrito or two, and boom, bought a Takeo Spike shirt.
beefy.
I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of it.
I was
I
going to
don't even
say,
think
how
it
long
says-
ago did that disappear?
My dad might still wear it for work.
Still exists?
It might.
Damn.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
The New Jersey Jets.
You get the Jets. Jets. Suck.
Dude, that's the way I say it. Same brainwave.
I'm doing NY/NJ. Because I'm petty. I don't care who knows it. All right, Alex.
Oh, yeah, I did start with Matt. All right. I have no reason not to pick this dude. It's a household name, honestly. We're going with a quarterback, Joe Namath.
He's a bum.
hey. Oh,
Dude, look at his stats. Fucking embarrassing. He might as well have been like the punter that also threw the ball sometimes.
so you would remove him from the Hall of Fame?
He should not be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, snap.
Me and Ryan and so many other people said over and over, if he didn't call his shot and win it one Super Bowl, no one would ever even remember the fucking asshole. All he did was walk around fucking banging random chicks and getting chlamydia. All right, he's not fucking good.
Cody.
Can I take mine back then?
Oh, shit. No. Perfect pick.
I'm
He's at the top
probably
of my list.
I'm probably on the outside here, Alex. I hate it. I hate him. I just don't get it. His stats are gross. Even for the time, they weren't good.
But no, it's still a great pick because he is the best quarterback in Jets history. But I've been in the same boat. Me and Andrew have gotten into many arguments about Joe Namath and his place in NFL lore.
Will we argue Testaverde's better or worse?
As a pure passer, better. As a Jet, probably way worse.
Namath was legit the face of the NFL for a little while.
Yeah.
He's on. I remember he was on the Brady Bunch. There's that creepy doll that I found on him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find that and put that in the group chat.
That nose and those sideburns, man.
This is the verbiage. Widely regarded as the greatest Jet player of all time.
That's speaks volumes.
Insane.
But then you realize it is the Jets.
Who's second, Eric?
Wait, am I up?
Yeah.
Okay,
Who
but
does
the
ChatGPT
second,
think
the
is
second on my list is not my pick. As you were saying before about the nicknames, when I read his profile, the nickname being considered the Island,
Oh,
I think is just freaking cool as hell.
You
Revis
sniped me.
Island.
You
Yes.
just broke Matt.
Sorry.
he sniped me.
One of the absolute best cornerbacks in NFL history. Revis was known for his ability to shut down top receivers. He was a key player in the Jets' strong defenses during the late 2000s and early 2010s. Earned multiple All-Pro selections. So, yeah, being called the Island, You're a
Revis
whole-
Island.
Island, that's fucking sick. That's like a big name. So
Stranded.
I'm all for that.
Did you get sniped, Matt? I mean, you're after.
100% did. I did. I thought if it went past Alex, I thought
If
I had him.
If I was granted my mulligan.
I'll be okay. I'll be okay.
Okay.
Unless you take him too. Unless you take my other one.
Jets. I'm not doing lists. I did not do any research. This is all off the top of my head.
Impressive.
I don't think so. I
I
think
do.
it makes me lame.
Dude,
Um,
I made a whole heap of trouble.
Great Jets.
Dude.
I mean, one guy did the butt fumble. I want to draft him.
Out of pure meme gold.
Ed Reed.
That's
played-
all right. Miami had the butt punt later on. It's kind of weird.
Ed Reed did play for the Jets for a little while, couple games.
No, I can't do that. One player, one team. That's the way it works.
No, see, I don't know because I was going to question that with this round, and which is why I left him off of it.
No, one team, one player. That's
I feel like if
My
I left
rule-
Matt to think about it, Jets and one other team, he'd probably be able to narrow down who I would pick there.
Yeah, I know exactly who.
Because I was disgusted. I'm like, you went to my first team's rival. Like, what are you doing?
just to troll Jets fans. Which Mangold played center for the Jets? Nick? They have Nick Mangold?
You know what you could choose? That flying lawnmower that murdered Patriots fan
my
back in
God,
the 70s.
Do you know the story?
It sounds awful.
Oh, it is. They
is.
thought that that making a lawnmower fly was a great halftime show until it fell into two Patriots fans and cut them both up. One of them died and the other one had severe injuries.
Oh,
Jesus.
dude.
Isn't that the most Jets halftime show you've ever heard of?
Yeah.
There was a drone.
It seems like something the XFL would pull off.
There was a drone show that was in Orlando and it malfunctioned, and an 8-year-old kid had to have emergency surgery because of this.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Damn.
Yeah, dude. First and foremost, those drone shows, they should always be flown over water if you can, and they should be far enough away where no matter what, there's no way they're going to get to the crowd. Like, come on, let's have some good safety measures. Don't fly drones right over people. They can malfunction. It is technology. So, I don't know. Whoever put on that show, liable 100%.
My
There's your
favorite,
PSA, kids.
Curtis Martin.
Motherfucker.
Dude, number 2 on my list.
Matt, the list
Who?
is bad. I'm sorry. The list is bad. I went
He has made
because that's
It's
the
the
thing.
Jets.
I thought of Revis. I thought of Curtis Martin 1-2 in my head. Like I was like, all right, if I can't get one of those guys, I'm gonna have to go to the list. So I went to the list just for fun. I'm like, all right, internet, who do you think are the greatest? And I'm gonna go through some names real quick, and then Matt's gonna pick one of these guys.
No, don't wait, let me make a goddamn pick before you
All right.
start reading off a bunch of fucking names.
You make your pick, and then I'm gonna read out these randos. This list is atrocious. Bengals, I take back every word I said.
It
I'm gonna
only
go,
got worse from there.
I hate this. I'm gonna go Wayne Corbett. I
Yeah,
actually like him.
I
like-
almost went Wayne Corbett myself. I love it. Nice choice. Okay.
Thanks.
Does anyone know Don Maynard?
Yeah, I should have.
Only if you're really old. Joe Klecko, Wesley Walker, Mark Gastineau.
Oh, Gastineau's. Well, yeah, he tried to fight Brett Favre a couple years ago.
That's right, he did. Oh my God, that video just came back up. That was hilarious. Al Toon, Freeman McNeil, Kevin Mawa, Matt Snell. These guys are all boring. Nick Mangold is on here. Nick Mangold is the 13th listed Jet.
He was my 4th pick.
Nick Mangold?
Yeah. And at
We
least
went for the name.
and anchor of the Jets offensive line for over a decade.
and
Mangold
him and his
was
brother,
a
a couple of
mainstay.
assholes.
Team successful running game and protection for quarterbacks,
Yep.
earning multiple Pro Bowl selections. So I mean, dude, he's doing stuff. I mean,
He's doing stuff.
damn.
And we are gonna get to 3 hours before we know. Here we go.
Okay.
I was almost thinking around round 16 and cutting it. in
Yeah,
half.
splitting in half. Yeah.
the Washington
Yeah, it's this football team.
Oh.
team
Oh,
No,
Cardinals
it's
sneak
even
in.
worse.
made it
It's
to the
even
Cardinals.
worse.
Cardinals sneak
I had to go all the way
in.
to the bottom of my list, and then I go all the way to the top because Arizona Cardinals is in alphabetical order is number one
This
team.
may be a two-parter. 1, 2, 3,
I'm
4,
definitely thinking so.
7, 8, 9.
We're 6 away from
It says it
half.
right at the top. We got 22 left. So
6 away from half.
Okay.
Let's get it.
I really hope we don't get to the Bills.
What?
It's called a cliffhanger.
Oh, okay. All right. So this was someone that I actually knew, I've heard of, and very impressed with. So this gentleman led the Cardinals to their first Super Bowl appearance in franchise history during 2008 season. He was an NFL MVP twice, and he helped the team be competitive again in 2000s. And we're going to go with Mr. Kurt Warner. He was
He made it. He made it. He got snubbed from the Rams, but he made it for the Cardinals.
good for him.
And you know
He had
what?
one way or another getting on there.
But thank God we did it like that. Because God, they're gonna need some help here. Well, if he was so good, he must have had a good receiver, right?
Maybe.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Look at Matt. Look at Matt.
it doesn't, and I could have nothing.
Matt, he has to be taken in the correct order, my friend.
I know. Fuck.
He should have gone 1, but it's okay. We're not going to be mad at him. Eric is out of his comfort zone.
He was my number 1 pick, actually.
Who?
Larry Fitzgerald
Why didn't you take him?
because Werner. I know who the fuck Larry Fitzgerald was.
You should go look and watch. Do your homework tomorrow.
I read every single person's
no,
profile. I
what?
read
Now
every
watch
single one.
highlights.
Okay, all right. On the YouTube.
He caught everything,
Good. That's what they're supposed to do.
including herpes
Oh well,
on the nose. It's weird. It's a weird place to have herpes.
he was
Matt.
rubbing his nose in the bean.
What do you want from me? What do you
Well,
want from me?
You could go for the feels. You could get patriotic on this if you wanted.
I could.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna go Anquan Bolden, Buffalo Bills legend Anquan Bolden instead. Fuck you.
What a troll! What an amazing.
I was at a cruise ship and I had no phone service, and my phone randomly got service to tell me that Anquan Bolden was retiring from the National Football League.
You do it at halftime.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Who did it at halftime?
Vontae Davis.
Former Colt.
Yeah, Colts legend
Wow.
and Bills legend.
He's like that JetBlue employee that just opened up the
I
door
forget-
and
I
hit the
forget.
slide.
Yeah, what Bills player after the game was like, I'd never seen anything like that before.
Well, Trey White did the video where he was mocking him, where he had the high pitched voice. You know, this is the young man's game, and it gets so good. I miss Trey. I miss prime Trey White.
I meant yes, Trey pre-injury when he had full bravado and swag. He's definitely a different Trey.
Yeah,
I was
for
at
sure.
the Ravens game where the sideline coach had his play sheet blown into the field.
Oh, when he
Picked it up and
took
started
hits,
reading
yeah.
it.
Runs over and picks up the play sheet. And he starts real fast, starts going through all of it.
Like super reading.
I didn't know what was going on. We're up in the 300s. I'm like, what does Trey have in his hands? I'm like, he picking up garbage, and Josh, I don't know if either one of you remember my buddy,
Yeah.
Josh. Yeah, he goes, dude, that's the play sheet. I'm like, that's amazing. Then we lost. Anywho, Alex, pick a great Cardinal, and the ones that I think of played on different teams, like Anquan and Kurt Warner.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, but also respectable. Thank you for your service, Patrick Tillman.
Very good.
Yeah, he was my number 2.
Pat Tillman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Very
dude, he laid down his life.
Mhm.
Yeah. He was awesome, and he was
And he made the Ring of Honor, if I remember correctly.
football player.
Yeah.
Didn't play a position that was needed that much, but well, maybe back then when he played a little more.
Mhm.
Very good choice.
Mad respect.
Who will I be drafting for? Here we go.
Dude, it's been just downhill.
I love
We're
drafting
leading
for
up to
this
the
team.
climax.
These are good players. I don't like the franchise, but at least they're good players again.
Yeah.
Oh, it stopped on Denver. I thought it was stopping on Cleveland. Never mind.
No, it stopped on Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
Oh, worse.
Sorry.
Oh, you deleted it, so it's gone.
All right. Man, so many places to go.
If you guys pick this one, I hate you all forever.
I either go with a personal favorite of mine, or I go with who is actually like one of the greatest players
No,
of all time.
don't do it. I'm gonna cry.
Despite other players being on the field, they probably don't win too many Super Bowls without Emmitt Smith.
Crying.
Sorry. Emmett,
My aunt went to U of F with him.
stop laughing at me, Swan.
Shampoo is better.
No conditioner is better.
Yeah, did the Penguin tell you to do this?
Tangent, boys, tangent.
Matt.
Okay. So there are a lot of very, very good ones that I can choose from, and I feel like that's easy. So I'm going to go with actually a personal favorite. Um, I loved Danny White. And for those who don't know who Danny White was, he was the transition court. He was between Aikman and Roger Staubach. And he was actually really, really good, but he just played on some lousy Dallas Cowboys squads. I have a huge affinity for him. Um, 49ers had to beat a Danny White led Cowboys team in I think 80 or 81 when they went to their first Super Bowl. Really, really good game. The full game's on YouTube. Um, but yeah, I have a special affinity for Danny White. He's probably their fourth, maybe fifth best quarterback of all. He's probably fifth now. I think Dak has superseded him as far as statistics and all that stuff. But I like Danny White. I've been looking for a Danny White jersey. I want to get a Danny White jersey just to say I got a Cowboys one and somebody I like. But Danny White's fun, so I'll go Danny White.
It is fun.
Yeah.
You said Staubach, and I almost took him with my first pick. It was between Emmett and
I mean, Captain America,
legit, dude. I think he cemented more than a lot of other quarterbacks of how you play the position.
Yeah.
Roll, accuracy, just Staubach was a dude. Plus, guy with the Navy. I mean, come on. How cool is that? Alex, you're of a Navy family.
Go Navy, beat Army, and that's what they did this year. Commander in Chief is back on Navy side. But yeah, my dad was in the Navy for 4 years, naval repair.
Very good.
Very cool.
The ship he was on is Razor Blades now.
It's called a Razor Blade.
No, it is Razor Blades. Put out,
Oh, it's
decommission.
decommission. Yeah, it happens.
Going back to defense,
Okay.
defensive end specifically, DeMarcus Ware,
Ooh.
brute of a dude wingspan.
Yeah.
Like pterodactyl. I don't know how wide that is. Got to be over 30. Something.
Freak of an athlete. Just should not be able to have the burst and bend that he did.
No. It's a big frame to move.
Yeah.
It's not fat, but it's big.
It is.
Yeah, that's a great choice.
Yeah. I like the two picks here, Danny White and DeMarcus Ware back to back. Very fun. Don't you dare take Troy Aikman.
Dude, I hate that you're like in my brain all the time. And I had 4 picks. And out of all the profiles that I read, I feel like you guys already ruined it for me. But one of the other ones, the cliche one, of course, is Troy Aikman. And it is on my list, but no.
Oh yeah.
Don't write it.
Yeah.
I thought you were going with Scott Fajita.
No. I'm going with you guys like ruined it for me. I'm going with Captain America. Dude, how could you not pick the guy that was called Captain America and he has the star? And it's like it's such a perfect story. He and when did he start playing? My favorite year.
1969.
69 is my favorite year ever. I wasn't alive, but and he led the team to 2 Super Bowl victories and was known as he was known for his leadership and his clutch play.
Very clutch. In fact,
All I heard was Captain America. What is his name?
he, in my opinion, he
Roger.
has
Stop it.
probably the
Oh,
most
Staubach.
game-winning touchdown pass. It's like that, and then the Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah, did he throw the first Hail Mary? Did he call it the Hail Mary?
That shots down to White Shoe Danny White Shoes Johnson.
Stop.
How many Hail Marys before the first Hail Mary was landed?
Yeah, Hail Mary, Cowboys, Vikings. Yeah.
Was it the White Shoes? No, not him.
I don't think it was White Shoes. I think White Shoes was
Oiler. Who am I thinking?
Oilers. Oh God, he was just He just got in the Hall of Fame not too long ago.
Yeah. He had a great speech.
Drew Pearson.
Drew
That's it.
Pearson. Hell yeah. He was a pretty good receiver for his day.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
And we're doing great here. This is a great episode.
I'm so excited to just talk about football again.
I know it feels good, doesn't it?
It does feel good. Not good enough to start doing it 7 days a week again, but it
No.
feels good.
No.
It feels good.
I'm moist.
2 podcasts you're on, man. I think you'll get enough football.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, back to the wheel we go.
Back to
Matt.
life.
Not yet.
What?
When are we at half?
We only have 11.
Okay.
Even this is too long. Oh God, no moves.
Ah.
Yeah, this was almost brutal there for a minute, though.
This isn't.
The Browns is way better than the Panthers.
Yeah, I got to kick it off though. Let's go to Deshaun Watson. No, that's not locked
Not
in
you
at
two.
all.
I'm glad you said no. I was about to start writing them out. A strange one, sure, but okay.
To me, the greatest, Cleveland Brown. There's a lot of very good ones. I'm gonna go. I'll go back in the day. I'll go quarterback, Otto Graham.
Otto Graham.
Oh, number 3.
Yeah. Yeah, Otto Graham was ahead of his time. Trying to find his stat lines. But he was the dude in Cleveland for a very long time. He was consistently from 46 to 55. He played in Cleveland. 2,000 passing yards was a lot. Like that was good numbers back then, and he achieved that multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in his 10-year career, in the upper 2000s, and just a very different era from what passing is now. For those listeners who like hear that and are like, "What? Ew." No, it's like that's legit. There was defensive rules were so much different back then. They could throw a receiver on the ground, and like just basically hold him there. At one point in the early days, if you threw an incompletion, it was treated as an interception. It went the other way. That was in the early days. I think it was before Otto Graham, but yeah, Graham is like the measuring stick of quarterback play for the city of Cleveland. So I'm going to take him.
Very fun pick.
Yeah.
Alex.
I'm really glad they didn't they got rid of that rule, by the way.
Yes,
Yeah.
Some lousy football if they continued.
So I'm going to take a dude that briefly graced the Madden cover
Oh, baby.
and then disappeared.
I love this.
He was very similar to another fullback. Played down in Tampa. I won't name names.
Fullbacks.
Downhill, run through you. I'm going Peyton Hillis.
Man. Madden cover ruined his life.
Mm-hmm.
He got the Madden curse for life. I think he has a podcast now where he talks about it. He's very humble about his career, but yeah, that's a great one. Most random Madden cover athlete of all time.
Oh,
Most random. But I think he was voted upon. I think they voted him in.
Mm-hmm. He kind of was like the early running of when masks started changing a bit.
Oh,
like
yeah,
you getting more custom design to it.
Yeah,
the bulldog he had on it.
Yeah, he had the little bullhorn. Yeah. He was like one of the players like my early fantasy football playing days of like a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
For 1 year.
I remember I got LaDainian Tomlinson in the year that someone took Peyton Hillis ahead of him.
That's wild.
Right? Like, all right. Good luck.
Again, it worked good for 1 year.
Yeah, didn't work that year. I'm pretty sure I had LaDainian the year that he broke the touchdown record.
31.
All right, Eric.
Yeah, buddy. All right, so
time to draft some poo-poo pants.
Some poop.
Yeah, the
Shiny
Browns.
Poo Poo Pants by Group X. You know that song?
I have a foot fetish, and I have to go with the toe. He is often considered as one of the best kickers in NFL history, and I was a kicker for EMW, so I'm gonna have to go with Lou Groza.
You said the toe. Is this the dude that doesn't have toes?
I was gonna say, is this the guy that didn't have toes? Do you have a club foot?
did not say that, but
What
I don't know why it feels like that's accurate.
I'm sure he had toes.
Maybe on the non-kicking foot.
There was a really decent kicker back in the day that had a special design shoe because he had
That
like
was
a club foot.
that was Tom Dempsey, not this. Oh God, dude, the photos of this guy are ridiculous. Oh, go away. All right. Oh shit.
How's the quad?
The quad is Ben Gun plus the Tune drink plus the Benjamin.
That'd be a good name for a beer. Ben Gone.
Ben Gun. Ben Gun. See ya.
I done Ben Gone.
Is
All
Nick-
right.
Mhm.
I'll see your Peyton Hillis and I'll raise you a Josh Gordon. Because I want to get
Ooh.
crazy. I want flash in the pan.
Wait, Flash Gordon, what?
And weed in the pan.
Hell yeah. They should have just let him keep smoking. You imagine how good he would be?
Toke.
He would have been the greatest wide receiver of all time.
Now they don't care, right?
No, they still care.
Oh, they care.
Yeah.
Stop caring.
It was either him or my boy Brandon Edwards, but I don't think they like him in Cleveland. All right, no, I'll change it. I'll be serious. I'm sorry. I just wanted to have
I
some-
already wrote it. Take it and let's move.
Jim Brown.
Oh, dang, that's the number one pick.
We'd have to cancel our draft if I didn't take Jim Brown. But I had an opportunity to I was like, what are some random people here? I'm like just like typing. I'm like, what are some random Cleveland?
Wow, it escaped my mind when I picked.
Mm.
Damn it.
I mean, it was quite a long time ago. To be
Sure.
fair.
Yeah.
You're
But I did mention him already, I think, in this episode. So.
Generic first name and the name of your football team.
Great statue outside the Cleveland Stadium.
Very cool.
Dude,
Very nice statue.
the city of Cleveland is gorgeous.
I like it.
It's,
I like it.
It looks so much cleaner than, here.
Hate watching football games there and other teams' jerseys, but Cleveland's a great city.
But you got the
Actually, you know what? I'm sorry.
Rock Hall right down
The
the
Melt,
road.
they just closed the Melt.
oh,
The owner of the Melt closed all the places, and I had my first Melt in Cleveland. You know what? Fuck Cleveland.
yeah.
Cleveland does not rock.
Let's bring the melt to Buffalo.
Prior to COVID,
Okay, let's be honest. Drew Carey show is kind of goated.
It was very good.
Yeah.
I do miss it.
All right, we
Rest
are
in peace, the Melt.
From Musty.
Bar and grilled.
the grilled cheese restaurant that would
I'm
just
so. I don't think you
Dude, that
realize
could
how
be called the
fucking
Musty
sad-
Melt.
I'm so sad right now. Somebody told me that, and I looked at the articles, and they're like, "Yep, it's not working out." I'm like, "Oh my god, it's my favorite place." Fucking
only need
heartbreaking.
one. You need the appeal is the one restaurant. You don't need to open a franchise. That's where you got greedy. That's what
Mhm.
happened with Melt.
Yeah,
How big can
probably.
we go with this?
All that golden cheese greediness got
Now I
him.
got to make my own goddamn grilled cheese.
all right.
I just had one with bacon today.
Okay, I could live with this.
Go charge it.
Oh,
Who was the first pick? Alex. Oh, this worked perfect, buddy. This worked absolutely
it
perfect.
works perfect, but I wish somebody was in front of me to eliminate something so I didn't have to pick myself.
Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. It's
No,
okay.
no, this is the right pick. Do we have any
Hey.
build up to this?
I hate being first on this one purely from the having to choose aspect.
I mean, maybe Eric will bail you out. You'll be fine. Go
Mhm.
ahead. Follow your heart.
Yeah, gummit. I'm gonna let him hang there for you. If he
Don't
makes it
no,
to you.
if you want him, take him. It'll be all right. If you really want him,
See-
I understand.
The reason I'm gonna not pick him is because he's not the reason I fell in love with the team.
Okay.
This story has probably been told a million times. Brief synopsis: I needed a winter jacket one year. We went to the local thrift store, picked a Chargers pullover, didn't know what it was about, looked it up, find out who LT is. After some time, I figure out where he goes to college. That's how I got my college team, TCU.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm going with LaDainian Tomlinson.
Excellent choice.
I have to.
It was my number one pick. My
Very
favorite-
good choice.
What movie was he in? And he told the kids not to smoke crack.
No. The
Oh,
wrong,
different LT.
wrong LT.
Oh,
That's
There's
yeah.
two LTs technically. Yeah. But that's a great one. Yeah, there was the
Mhm.
Giants, Lawrence Taylor, and he did it. He did it in the
Waterboy.
Water Boy. Yep.
yeah, it was a Waterboy. Yes.
This LT was equally as great as the other LT
Just on the other side of the ball. Yep.
because no one could do what he could do, just like no one could do what Lawrence Taylor could do. Literally, I don't think I could pick another player in the NFL history that could do all the things that Tomlinson could do. Because like
Mhm.
catching the ball out of the backfield, like, oh, a lot of guys did that. Yeah, but not like he did. Like once the ball's in his hands, everyone's in danger. And they're like, well, Barry Sanders was like that. Yeah, but he didn't really catch balls. Like he wasn't really asked to like be a main part of the passing game. LT was that dude all the time. All-time touchdown record. Do you know this? Yeah.
Yep, that's
What
it
you
says.
got? You got Chet
One of the
GPT.
best running backs of NFL history. Thomason holds many franchise records, including the most career rushing yards and touchdowns. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2017.
And he has the greatest fantasy football season ever. I think. Still.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's got to be the year he broke it, right?
Yeah. It was at 06.
Yeah.
Good for Dan.
That was before they changed and brought the baby blue back.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was 2007.
All their uniforms are awesome. I'll go on the record.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think in their own special way. I kind of hate the 80s, like mid 90s one, the navy blue, but it still works.
With like
It's-
the outlines of the bolt.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
still
it's a
still
little
works
weird.
though.
And
Yeah.
I don't like their away now where they wear the white jersey that's with the yellow pants. I don't like that as much.
Mm-mm.
I'm not a huge fan of that.
If it's a white top, it should be navy bottom.
Oh, you got to have blue and go all in on the blue, and they do. They have those. They just don't. It's not a full time thing. But yeah, like the late '90s, early 2000s Chargers with the navy blue was awesome.
I've come to find out this year I really want a McConkey jersey.
Dude,
Fucking lad is tearing it up.
when I get it right, I get it fucking right. All right. When I say a dude's gonna be awesome and no one listens to me, they're always awesome. And I said, Bills draft Lad McConkey. He's gonna be fucking awesome. Instead, we don't draft anyone in the first round, and then we just let a bunch of great players get drafted, and then we wait, and then we hope that Keon, the funny guy, is gonna be good.
Yeah, man. Hey, he's great for social media. You know,
Legitimately, he just did have a pretty cool catch this week too.
he did. I mean, that's great.
He
But
hasn't
he's no Lad McConkey.
No, he's not. But also, I mean, you don't want Lad McConkey when you already have a Shakir. I get that.
True.
Mhm.
I would. I would have nothing but. I would clone Edelman and put 4 Edelmans on the field at the same time.
4 edibles.
Oh, here
Yes.
Eric,
Yes, please.
do you know Chargers?
I did.
You better.
when I read this guy's profile, it kind of tugged at my heartstrings, and I just thought about our '90s quarterback, and this is going to be a quarterback. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback to be, and yeah. So he was really known for his extremely strong arm, and I did watch a video of him, and I would agree, reminds me of our personal Lord and Savior currently. But I'm gonna have to go with Mr. Danny Fouts.
Dan
And
Fouts.
they say
I got rope-a-doped on that one.
they say
I did too.
he was the best
I could
quarterback.
feel Roy here was. Well, he said Hall of Fame.
That was the difference.
Yes.
So that's
best quarterback never to win a Super Bowl.
right.
And never-
There's another one. Plays for this team.
Well, and there's also Dan Marino.
I said plays for this team.
Well, I know, but Jet PT,
Laces out. Whatever.
GBT taking a few little too many liberties there. Yes, Eric, you can go. You made your pick. You can run out.
running.
Dan
I always
Fouts,
planned mine after my pick.
the Air Coryell offense was fantastic. No one knew how to stop it. And if they would have made it to like a Super Bowl against like the 85 Bears, I think they would have absolutely shredded the Bears. Like, you know what I mean? Think of that offense matchup against a 4-6 Bear front defense. Like, they were just shredded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fouts is fun. I did
Mhm.
not see it coming. I thought he was, you know what? This works out perfect because I'll take another guy that's kind of like a go of his position. Not too many of these guys have been taken yet. I think only 2. I'll take Antonio Gates.
Very good.
Mr. All the Way Live.
Very good. Well,
No better combo than Antonio Gates and the man that Matt's about to pick.
Yeah, right. Like the draft started perfect for this team, and the draft's gonna end perfect for this
Mhm.
team.
it is.
I couldn't pick 2 guys to pick their favorite Chargers of all time and have it work out better than this.
No, definitely not. As we both sit here in Colts gear. Anyway.
Yeah, seriously. My king, my goat, my best pick for best player that's never won a Super Bowl. Best quarterback. Best quarterback. Yeah,
Shoot.
I'm gonna go Phillip Rivers.
One
The
of
Colts
best
have not
trash
had-
talkers.
Best I had a fun nickname for him. The PG potty mouth. The PG potty
Yo, yeah.
that's what it was. I love Uncle Phil. You
Size
know,
of his family,
obviously,
he could
I
have a starting
fell in love with
offense.
him. I fell in love with him because of his time in the Chargers. I was very fortunate to have him on the Colts, and honestly, he was our last good quarterback. So there's that going for us. But yeah, Phil's fun. Listening to him mic'd up is fun. We got to hear from JT O'Sullivan. Myself and Brian interviewed him, who was an NFL quarterback and was in the room briefly with Phillip Rivers. And I had a chance to ask him what was Phillip like, and he said that he was just his preparation. He was just a dog. Like, he prepared like no one else, just very intense. And it was so cool to hear that. I popped, and I was really excited. So yeah, Phillip Rivers.
Beautiful. And I took Antonio Gates just to catch you up.
So
We haven't. It's an all-star. This might
Yeah.
be our best
Round.
That was
I think so.
my 3rd pick.
And then
This is why I'm glad I left it on the table.
Thank you.
Keenan Allen is like in the
Mhm.
green room, and he's just
So
like,
so is Vincent Jackson.
And
He-
Junior Seau is still
Mhm.
like was
Alright.
yeah, a lot of very good ones.
yeah, Sale and the steroids though.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Dude.
tough.
He had random dudes like Legadou Nane.
Speaking of random, go. Back to-
Antonio Cromartie, dude, one of these greatest single-handed catches.
Oh
Ever.
my God.
Don't. Okay, good. I thought it was going to trip into the next one.
Don't save anybody for me. I'll be all right.
This is where I wish we could draft a guy twice because I catch him on the rebound, Literally the rebound.
Who starts this round?
Eric starts this round.
Oh, you better not do a sub.
We're gonna go cliche, and we're gonna have to go with he was a brother, right?
The sheriff.
Yes, he has two brothers.
Arguably the greatest player in Colts history. Led the team to Super Bowls.
I'd say inarguably.
Holds numerous franchise records, including passing yards and touchdowns. And we're going with Peyton Manning, quarterback. I feel like
Peyton or Peyton or debating?
Debating.
Debating Manning.
Very good choice.
Five-head Manning.
It was number one on my list.
Dude,
Very
you ever
good.
see his first still for the NFL and then his most like his final one?
Oh, it's bad.
His head got so tall. Football knowledge, man, it packs it in there.
I'll,
The Raiders.
let me get a little poll of the room. Maybe Eric doesn't have as much to say. I already know what Matt thinks of this, but the Manning cast. Are you a fan, Alex?
I honestly haven't paid it any attention.
Good, don't.
Maybe it's something I get bored enough to try. I don't know.
Do you know what this is?
What is it?
The Manning cast.
Manning cast.
So every Monday night, not every, but several Monday night football games a year, Eli and Peyton do a stream of the game on ESPN2, and they have like guests pop in.
Mhm.
But like they'll break down plays and stuff like that, and like the whole first half this year of every game they've had Belichick on, which has been amazing.
Yeah.
Belichick there to like break down all the shit going on, and
It
like
would be way better than the announcers that we have now.
well, it's different. No, like
Yeah.
so Matt doesn't enjoy it because he has said like it's a lot of glitz, glamour. It's a lot of show. It's a lot of presentation. And I
Mhm.
think Matt's looking for when he watches football, he's just like
Just
watching the
yeah.
game. Just
I want to feel everything. Yeah.
wants to hear the noise of the crowd. He wants to hear the pop of the pass.
Yeah.
You don't really get that with you will from
Dude, the ambiance of it all.
because
Yeah,
eventually
it
there's
makes
also moments where it's just the Mannings and it's a little quieter and they don't talk over each other as much. Like they have really, really good chemistry of just like being patient how to push and pull with each other. And so you still like get like some of the game then. But no, I mean it's not the same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool that they do that.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Chrissy and I love it.
Yeah.
It's our favorite thing about football right now, to
Did
be
not
honest.
did not know that existed.
It's not every
would-
week. It's
yeah.
a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, they
There
got
are some good moments. I was laughing at the one. It was like they showed like Taylor Swift and Belichick was like, and Eli made a face. I don't know if you've seen that one. It was hilarious, but like Belichick made like a little noise, and Eli just had this funny face. Like that's the stuff I enjoy, but I can't snippets, but I can't just do it the whole time.
Yeah.
all right, my Indianapolis Colt from this will be our second Syracuse Orangeman drafted. Give me good old Reggie Wayne.
Number 4.
Very good.
Another goat.
And it really is his Syracuse ties that put him over the top for me. A lot of good players to pick from, but Peyton to Reggie was an amazing combination.
Dude, when you have two wide receiver number ones, like it's crazy that they didn't win more. Crazy. Excellent. I got some options here. You know what? I was gonna go old school.
Oh, take it.
It is my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think even if I had first overall pick, I would have taken this guy. I am going to take Andrew Luck. I would have taken him over Peyton, personally. I feel like Andrew Luck was more fun to watch. Yes, Peyton Manning was cerebral. He was smart. He was efficient with the ball. Andrew
That
Luck
team
was just,
broke that man.
I know. I feel so bad. And now we're on the path that we are because of all that. Um, he was crazy and wild and chaotic and fun. He could run if you wanted him to. He could make these wild and crazy throws. Um, there's so much like what if he never retired? What would they have finally won a Super Bowl? I think so. I think they had a shot with as anybody in 2019 or 2020, um, potentially. But yeah, dude, it's he was fun. I always pick him over Peyton just because of just what he could do and how a play could break down. Peyton Manning wasn't scrambling. All right, the dude was a statue, like a old school pocket passer. Luck was
Mhm.
mobile when he needed to be, and he made some wild and crazy throws. And I do miss watching that on Sundays. So Andrew Luck is my choice, sir.
Very
I
cool.
was gonna say, as far as Peyton goes, the reason they call him the sheriff, he's a gunslinger.
He sure was. He sure was. Very smart with it. Very smart.
Mm-hmm.
No, but you're right. Like Andrew Luck, in a way, kind of ushered in the new way we look at quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we view the current three-headed monster, four, I guess, but I'll always leave Lamar out because he's so ridiculous as a runner. Like, I don't like lumping him in as with other quarterbacks, even though he's an excellent passer. It's just what he can do. Like he could be a running back because he's amazing. But Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen,
I
like
definitely see that. I
all the
definitely see a lot of
traits of Andrew Luck in every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
good. Yeah, I definitely see a lot of. I could definitely see like Luck and Josh being comparable. Yeah, I like, and I want to be clear. Like, I don't hate Peyton, but man, he does not have a Super Bowl moment. I just got to say that. I got to say that out loud. His Super Bowl moment is throwing a pick six to Tracy Porter, um, and I'm still like not over that one. But
He also doesn't have, dude. He didn't have any.
Oopsie-doo.
He didn't have bowl game moments.
no,
He didn't have he. I don't know if he would ever admit this, but he's in big moments. He's never been the guy. Normally, he doesn't do so bad that he hurts you, but he's normally not a reason that winning.
and you want to know why? Like, he's kind of a big reason too. Like his play, I think it was the AFC Championship game or something in like '04, one of those years where the Patriots defense was just roughing up the Colts, and he threw a bunch of turnovers. So they changed the way that defenses played. They like made it easier on quarterbacks because Peyton couldn't complete a goddamn pass to save his life. Like that's like that like I'm it's just the truth. I'm pretty sure it's like '04 playoffs, something like that, where he had a terrible game because the Patriots were just roughing up the Colts wide receivers, and it's kind of like it kind of led to where we're at now, where defense is it's hard. It's hard to play.
I believe it. Alex,
Matt, you're gonna have to tell me if this dude overlapped with Andrew Luck at all. He definitely played with Peyton Manning. Uh, the mail delivery guy who gives Phil Rivers or Peyton Manning his football. Jeff Saturday,
Yep.
staple of the
He didn't
offensive
cross
line.
with Andrew. He didn't cross with Andrew. He was in Green Bay in 2012. But
Gotcha.
yeah.
did
Oh,
he
yeah, dude.
coach Andrew?
Uh-huh.
Did he coach Andrew?
No, no. God damn, I want to forget about that too. Awful. Just awful.
One of the coolest moments. Now that you bring up Green Bay, it does remind me that he was there. And what was it the final Pro Bowl that they shared? He came off the AFC side, went to the NFC side,
Yep.
and snapped the ball to Peyton one last time.
Yeah. Yeah. He came over and they did like a special ceremonial snap, and it was because they were both, yeah, because Peyton was on Denver.
Mhm.
Yeah,
vice
it was
versa.
cute.
AFC.
It was cute. Jeff Saturday, Coach Saturday. Great choices, everybody. Great choices. I approve. I approve.
I disagree.
What?
I don't know. I don't ever like Jeff Saturday. And I think I got something wrong, so I'm kicking myself here.
What'd you get wrong?
Yeah. Reggie Wayne went to Miami. It was Marvin
Not-
Harrison that went to Syracuse.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get for shitting on Alex's pick.
Well, I did that before I shit on Alex's pick, and it's not shitting on Alex's pick. He's allowed to like him. I just I don't know.
I said, well, that's a good round. And you're like,
Should it
fuck
have been
Jeff
Marvin?
Saturday.
Well, it's also not a good round because I said something stupid, and I'm mad at myself.
It's okay.
Take it back, Alex. I'm sorry. You can. Jeff Saturday is the best center ever.
I got your back.
Probably not true, but he's up there.
Yeah. Wayne went to Miami. Harrison went to Syracuse. They both play in the ACC now.
I should have corrected you on that, but
Did you know? Did you know what I said? You probably didn't hear what I
well, I
said.
was confused when you said. I was a little confused when you said Reggie. I was like, damn, Reggie and Marvin both went to Syracuse, but
Yeah, Reggie went to Miami, and the whole time I was thinking that too. So that's why I went back and checked. Ew, we're taking the Houston Texans.
oh god, dang it!
Do you want me to respin? Anyone want me to respin? In case
Yeah, let's get it over with, so we don't have to do it in part 2.
I like this one. It opens up my Bills pick.
this is the last one.
No. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
It'll be the last one.
Round 15. You don't want to go 16 halfway?
This will be 16.
Oh, that's true. No,
No, hold on. Remove it. Let's see.
we're entering 15.
Have you been counting?
No, it
been-
shows it.
I've been
Entries
writing
and
them all down.
results.
I know, but I think once I hit remove, won't it? Oh, whatever. You guys might.
What?
Okay, we got one more.
Yeah.
Our chance. Here we go. Houston Texans, and it's my pick. I love that I have the first pick in this one. because
Please say it like you did on what's the show with Ryan that you did?
I can't wait to draft another Syracuse alumni because I'm an idiot. Now, this dude went to Texas, and he will be playing, or his team will be playing in the semifinals here for the national championship of college football because he's the Longhorn. Mario Williams, who everyone was like, how could you take Mario Williams over Reggie Bush? And me in that draft, I was like, how could you take Reggie Bush over Mario Williams?
All right, I just tried spelling Williams, Williums. Williams.
Oh
Williams.
Jesus! It is late. It is late.
What are you talking about?
And his
We're
influence.
laser focused. So Mario Williams, yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to select him to be a Bill, so he was awesome for us, but he really did work out. Everyone's like, you paid him so much money. I'm like, look at his numbers. We got what we needed. It's fine. It's Matt, you got a favorite Texan or who you think is a GOAT?
I think there's like 3 options that I could take right here.
I pass on one obvious one, I think. I think the guy that you may take here was more obvious than mine, but
I'm gonna go Andre Johnson.
you want some? Yeah, Andre Johnson. Sorry.
Andre Johnson.
I
He was a
just
Colt at
for-
one point.
tell,
What was the real influence there, Mr. Johnson?
He was just so good. He was so damn good. Yeah, we might be related. I don't know. I actually was on a cruise ship one time, and a guy was wearing a Colts Andre Johnson jersey, and I complimented him on it. And he said it was his cousin, that Andre was his cousin,
Whoa.
which I think is awesome. Yeah, like it's Andre produced on that team. And like I remember there was a video of DeAndre Hopkins complaining about all the quarterbacks he played with or shaking his head. And I'm like, man, Andre Johnson could do that too. You know what though? He had David Carr, which wasn't great, but Andre Johnson had Matt Schaub, who was actually a pretty good passer for a long time. I think he was a passing yards leader in like 2011,
Yup.
2010, something like that.
Preach, man.
Yeah. Schaub was actually not too bad. And God, Schaub, I think made it to when they had Andre Johnson and D Hop. Good squad. Like that's a killer offense. So,
Hell
but
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go Andre Johnson.
Great pick. Alex.
So I got a little bit away from defense there for a couple rounds. I'm gonna say his name the way I heard Brian say it on Processing the Process. JJ what?
What? That's
Was
my
that a
impressive
Berman impersonation?
Best.
It sure is.
Snipe.
What?
Wait, is that Berman?
Circus like the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills. It's terrible, I know. I can only do impressions of people that we know in real life. Like,
Real quick, who do you got?
here's one for Alex. Hey, Polly, how's your work going? You look nice. How is yours? What'd you do? Just lifted some weights, did a little exercise.
Dude, Polly's sock game was on point, dude.
Just that too. He was a handicapped individual that worked with us at ICE and legitimately a great guy to work with. Just had a really funny voice because of his handicap, and he would almost always have the same canned response when he asked him how his weekend was. So what you do? I just watched the Sabres game, do a little exercise, went for a bike ride.
I thought you were doing a Swedish chef impersonation.
No.
Like
Holy floaty freedom.
my favorite Muppet, by the way.
Is it? Nice.
I love Swedish Chef.
Is it a hip hop?
Yes, it's exactly why. That is exactly why.
I'm animal energy. That's why I like him.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree. Or the group.
Animal.
Sam the Eagle. Sneaky good.
Mm-hmm.
Lesbian seagull.
American way. Sam.
Sounded like Yoda just now.
It is the British way. I think, well, Frank Oz did both those voices, so that makes sense.
Are we have to do a Muppet list, like a Muppet Sesame Street Fraggle Rock
Oz
list?
Wow.
Huh?
Puppet list.
Are we gonna do a Jim Henson list or a draft?
No, not draft, but we can do a list.
Speaking of list, I still want to do an episode.
We'll
Okay.
get you on. We'll get you on.
Wednesdays.
We do owe it.
You got to free yourself up on Wednesdays.
Okay.
All right. Eric, closing out the Texans. And not the Oilers.
Yep.
Just the
So he was already mentioned.
Ooh, can you claim the Chiefs?
Widely considered one of the best wide receivers in Texans history. He was a 3-time All-Pro and multi-time Pro Bowler during his time in Houston. And he was also very well known for his incredible catches. And we're going with DeAndre Hopkins.
Beautiful.
I didn't know if he would make this list.
He belongs. He definitely belongs. He got traded for nothing, dude.
Yeah.
He made some incredible catches. Didn't matter if it was Ryan Fitzpatrick, Brock Osweiler, Jesus, who else did he have? Brian Hoyer.
This is
There's
making
a lot.
Stop naming.
But like Ryan
quarterbacks.
Fitzpatrick is still part of like the cool gang because he's constantly on TV and stuff. So like he turned like a pretty blah career into like a whole bunch of fun still.
He did.
T.O. said his favorite quarterback to play with of all time is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
He's just a party dude, and he just like clicks with everybody.
I love Fitzpatrick. I just started a YouTube channel where I stitch together like highlights of like players that are on teams that they're not like usually associated with. And a couple of days ago, I did a Fitzpatrick Texans one, and he threw 6 touchdowns against the Titans. It was insane. Everybody, Arian Foster, Andre Johnson, Hopkins, J.J. Watt caught a pass. It was wild. He was just slinging that thing.
It's the processing, dude.
Yeah.
From pre-snap to post-snap, he knew where to go with the ball. He just got in trouble because his physical limitations.
Yes. Yeah. But if everybody wants to check that out, listeners, football players in other uniforms. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but
Yeah.
I'm not
That's what she
releasing
said.
them. Like I was really doing like one a day, and now I'm just like, screw it. If I think of somebody, I'll put it together and upload it whenever. So I've been doing like 4 a day. It's a lot. I got a lot. I got like 50 something videos on there right now, and I've only been doing it for 2.5 weeks.
I love it.
So
Sick.
Here we go. It's the last one, supposedly.
yep, and I start. I'll kick it off.
Man, we are drafting
Oh.
the Washington Football Club because they've had 3 different names. So they're the Washington Football Club.
And this time I know for sure I'm getting the one I want.
Yeah, I feel like I am too.
I probably will get mine too. We'll see. I have to worry about Matt right now.
Man, who do I want to choose? Damn, there's a lot of good players. Yeah.
It's almost like you could do an eras with them. An ode to Taylor Swift. We're doing our own eras here with Washington.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna force you to draft someone from the 70s.
I'm actually gonna go earlier than that.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
I'm gonna go to the 30s and 30s to the 50s.
You're sniping Eric.
Good. How's it feel? Actually, I don't mean it's good. I'm gonna go slinging Sammy Baugh.
Matt loves this dude.
Sammy, yeah, he's obviously number 1 for me.
Is that Baugh?
Baugh.
AUG.
Oh shit.
He played 3 positions: QB, P, and DP. He was a skilled punter.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah. This
Wow.
dude was ahead of his time too, kind of like an Otto Graham.
Mm.
Dude could deal. He could deal. 1947, 2,938 passing yards, 25 touchdowns, 15 INTs. Take that, Joe Namath.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Get him.
Yo, and the year that he was inducted into the Hall of Fame,
Mm-hmm.
you know, our coins were still actually made out of silver. 1963. Yeah, dude. Oh. If I could go back in time, I would be getting all that change.
Going back in time. Alex.
I'm going with my namesake. First name's a little different. I'm going with Alfred Morris, running back.
Ooh. That's a sneaky good one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. You said going with your namesake, and then you said somebody named Alfred.
Al.
Last name?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Morris.
Mm-hmm. So if you abbreviated
Your
after the
namesake
L,
for your
we could be
last
the
name-
same.
But your namesake for your last name is your father.
Similarity of name.
You missed. I thought you were going with Alex Smith.
Andre Johnson.
I was like, We're about to get an Alex Smith pick.
Another video I also compiled. Just saying.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Alex Smith was awesome in Washington.
Coming back from the disgusted, gutted out, infected leg.
I was in Indy when J.J. Watt fucked up his leg up. I was in Indy.
shit.
They were winning, and then they weren't. I was like, oh, my God.
It's like, yeah.
I was so pumped. If they would have won, Indy might have won the AFC South that year.
Who did?
Houston did. And then Indy bounced them in the playoffs in the first round as a wild card.
Eh? That's your just desserts.
Yes.
Eric.
Before Vin Diesel, there was the Diesel, and
Yep.
he was also known as Mr. John Riggins. He was playing from 76 to 79, 81 to 85. Known as the Diesel, Riggins was a powerful, durable running back who thrived with big moments. His performance in playoffs, especially the Sugar Bowl, are legendary. Achievements are Super Bowl, whatever number that is. I can't do Roman numerals. And 2 times All Pro Football Hall of Fame inductees in 1992. 92 was a really good year for Michael Jordan.
Why did you just bring in Michael Jordan?
Because 92 was a really good year for him.
Is that what Chat GPT?
No, it
told
didn't
you?
say nothing about that. It's just, that's how my brain works. 92, 93, Jordan.
Are you a basketball guy? Is that your sport of choice?
Mm-mm. But back then, I was super into basketball and football and baseball.
I gotcha.
As a kid, and
Sure.
collected lots of cards.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's hard not. Jordan was so iconic. Like there was legit something wrong with you if you didn't pay any attention to basketball when he was playing.
It's
Some players just have that effect.
It's the only cards that I have from back then is
Okay.
my basketball stuff. I kept all the basketball stuff. I sold off a bunch of the other stuff. So
Very nice.
yep, I have lots of Jordan cards in awful condition.
We played Little Loop football together.
Yep, EMW. Woo.
What were our colors?
Like a maroon and like gold.
So like
Yeah.
just like Washington.
Sorta, but different.
Yeah,
Boston College.
it was like the same.
Yeah.
And
It's
we-
unique.
We were Native
Unique.
American
New York.
named teams. So it was easy for me to root for the quote unquote Redskins back in the day, when it wasn't time to root for the Bills. That one fateful Super Bowl,
Yo, don't even talk about it.
one magical Super Bowl. Little Brian Finch went into late January with a game on the line that mattered a lot, and I couldn't lose because I was a Bills fan because I live in Buffalo and that's who I root for and I love them. But I also loved Washington because I was like, that's like me. I'm like them. Like I have the same logo. It's awesome. And I always love, you guys have said, I love secondary players, but I also love wide receivers. And I loved this man, Art Monk.
Yep.
Dude's a goat.
Jets legend.
I know, right? He did play for them. I thought about it. Not for the Jets, but just now I just thought about that. I was like, ooh, he played back for the Jets too.
Yeah.
No,
Sure
but
did.
he played in that Super Bowl with Mark Rippon. And I don't know how he did in that game.
3 wins. He had 3 Super Bowl wins,
Yes.
3 Pro Bowls.
But the Redskins were a wag in the late 80s, early 90s. So yeah, they were
That
in,
great offensive line, the Hogs.
right. But they were in the mix every year. That was now he just owns motorsports racing teams.
Oh.
I think they did. I think they won both these. Those 2 Super Bowls they won in the '80s were the strike years too. I think, if I'm not mistaken, '82 and '87.
Dan
The
Reed,
82 one's awesome because they did a 16-team playoff.
they beat the Broncos in 88.
So the 87-88 season.
They scored 35 points in the second quarter of that Super Bowl.
Jesus. Nobody could choke away a Super Bowl like the Broncos, that's for sure.
Doug Williams. Yeah.
So yeah, 87-88 season, and I think it would have been 82-83 for the other one. But yeah, the 82 one is really cool because they're just like, all right, we played like 8 games this season or something like that. We're just gonna take the best 8 teams from each conference and put them in a 16-team tournament.
1983, he beat them, helped beat the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
They
82,
shortened
83.
season. They were 8-1. The Dolphins were 7-2.
That's right before Marino.
NFL, the Super Bowl MVP of that game, John Riggins.
Mm.
How about that?
Oh yeah, that's right because they did have Dolphins had a high draft pick, and that's how they ended up with Marino. That's what it was. He was the leftovers.
For his last Super Bowl, it was in 92 against the Bills. Like I said, Harry Connick Jr. did the national anthem. Wikipedia. Well, there we go. That is part 1 of the greatest of all time NFL draft per team draft.
Yeah, we did good.
don't
Huh?
I don't know what to call it right now. I'll figure it out in post.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, just part 1, the NFL Rushmore draft or something like that. There's a lot you can go with. But yeah, so next time we come back, hopefully I'll still be available.
Just call it Team Rushmore.
We got a good group. So we still got to do the Bills, Panthers, Broncos, Lions, Chiefs, Jags, Dolphins, Vikings, Patriots, Saints, Giants, Raiders, Eagles, 49ers, Seahawks, and Buccaneers.
Yeah. And I will say right now, of all the teams we drafted, the clear number 1 dude that is pissed off in the green room smoking his crack pipe is Michael Irvin. So pissed off at us right now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I'd say so far the strongest one might be the Chargers. I know it's a homer pick, but
I think so too. I think the Colts one was really strong.
Mhm.
But I think the Chargers one was the best.
Colts, we should have taken Unitas.
It was on my list.
I was close. I was very close. It was
Shout
either
out
him.
Pat McAfee.
I was very close to Unitas. Yeah, picking him.
Yeah, you alluded to it.
It's all right.
Yeah, I was really debating it.
You were,
But I was debating Manning.
Well, thank you, boys, for being here. Thank you to the listeners. Enjoy this episode and the rest of your 2025 as we just plug along here on the Crafting and Drafting podcast. Continue to like, subscribe. Nate's normally here to say
Share.
do the YouTube thing. What do we do? You click down there to like and subscribe, right? That's what it says.
Yeah. Ding.
If you're not doing that and you're an audio listener, and you're looking like, oh, I love this podcast, which thank you, but I want to listen to other ones. Well, head on over to bicbp-radio.com and listen to all the great stuff we got coming out of that network, which we are happy to be a part of, along with mine and Matt's awesome podcast that he allows me to do with him, which is called Eat Sleep List, which is a weekly, when we're not on holiday, podcast that you can check out. So yeah, you got lots of good stuff there. Continue to support you and your friends, and more importantly, this podcast, because why else are we doing it? Until next time, enjoy those beers.
Cheers.
Go Bills.
Thank you.